All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday. It is time for your what's the word I'm looking for? Friendly neighborhood bounty hunters Guilty Gear Strive FT7. Another night full of action-packed matchups like we were talking about earlier. Starting it off today with Sol straight into the gutters as we go. Of course, my name is kyuukei, and I'm joined today by none other than Lerkuss. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, definitely quite the opener matchup to have. Just the double Sol gameplay is always entertaining to watch because no matter who gets hit, someone's gonna take a bomb combo that's gonna go everywhere on the screen, and that's the entertaining thing on the show.
Yeah, what I really like about Sol mirrors is that when Sol plays against other characters, sometimes like certain characters might not have the rewards or the tools to convert out of some of Sol's quotations nonsense, but that really doesn't apply on Sol mirror because Sol is really good at dealing his own tools, really good at converting for mistakes that he himself makes. So it's like it can actually mellow the matchup down a little into fundamentals and footsies because you know that, oh shit, if I make a mistake, I'm gonna die. It's gonna be over. So, like, I can't do that.
Are you saying we're getting the honest footsies that Guilty Gear is known for?
Yes. This is the one and true honest footsies matchup.
This is... Oh yeah. I was just gonna say, this is the definition, well, Guilty Gear's response to what a Shoto could be. This is the Ryu versus Ryu matchup of Guilty Gear.
Yeah, it's very standard character and yeah, 5-5 standard play. What could be better? This has like been a fan favorite matchup. Definitely one of my favorite matchups in all Guilty Gears as well. Like, what gets better than Sol?
And we even have player 1, player 2 colors. This is as baseline as you can get, as a just what you would expect here. And immediately DavidBsS going for the opening gold burst, which is their favorite thing. They've been a recurring character here on stream just doing that move, so it's I'm glad to see that make an appearance right away.
Ooh, speaking of being able to make your opponent play, Solkes, just barely doesn't finish, but now this will be a... Yeah, there we go. Just whiff punish. And even the 5P, even like 2Ps, 5Ps can be really explosive starters for Sol, so...
Especially with the next patch, if you saw the clips, if you saw the stuff that they're showing off for what is coming soon, we seem to be getting more conversions off of those jab counter hits.
Ooh, that's the bait!
DavidBsS with the bait. Yeah. Okay, solid conversion going into the next round. Unfortunately, we got the wall spot a bit too high to do wall breaking super, but even still, DavidBsS is just going for it. Unfortunately, drops the conversion and gives Solkes the opportunity to keep going a little bit.
Ooh, probably missed that combo there.
Raw
HMC!
Just hoping for the best. But unfortunately now, okay, DavidBsS got out of the corner.
I think interestingly, HMC is one of the least punishable moves from Sol because it depends so much on the screen position. But it'll be Solkes, aka Sakes. I think the nickname here is Sakes' wordplay on Sols. I hope I get the lore right. Oh, the gold burst baited, however not punished, so...
DavidBsS just loves that. What's a burst if not 100 or 200 meter? Solid grab on the wake up.
I mean,
okay.
if you are the resident HMC enthusiast, you gotta make the ends meet somehow, so you do not need those gold bursts, I think.
Oh, solid contest with a jump B on the potential Bandit Bringer. I do wonder if they're gonna do anything to HMC come the patch.
Wow, that was actually sick! The BB whiffing and Solkes already being ready to whiff punish it. He's been actually whiff punishing that BP very consistently so far. And that's, I think, BB is super difficult to anti-air. It's much easier to make it whiff and whiff punish, in my opinion.
Even on block, it is still slightly minus. You can try and take a turn after that, but yeah, getting consistent punishes off can be quite tricky.
Yeah, being like
DavidBsS actually being forced to use a blue burst, but unfortunately, Solkes, I was about to say, could have converted it potentially into a kill there.
Oh, that's
and
another
now a trade on the BB.
Yeah, I would say using 6P against BB, not the best choice, but I mean DP will certainly do it. I mean, it was a trade, but when you're in that advantageous position, you'll happily take that trade. Oh, attempt again.
Another attempt at a gold burst, and just, you know, an exchange of DPs, the soul handshake.
We already sort of see the differences in playstyle. Solkes is trying to kind of keep at the 6S tip range where they have been scoring a lot of counter hits. DavidBsS loves to go in, definitely a little more.
Yeah, it's interesting because you see, especially a lot of legacy Soul players will play Soul in a lot more passive a fashion, playing the mid-range game more and then getting, you know, big starter hits, either on whiff or counter hits. That convert into a lot, and then a lot of, you know, Strive Soul players do, I've noticed, do play the game a lot more aggressively, a lot more proactively than those legacy skill players. Which is interesting because the character, at least in Strive, does allow itself to be played in these two ways.
Yeah, in multiple different ways. That's always been like the beautiful thing about Soul. You can just always play Soul in many different ways.
Oh, this really good punish on the vortex there. As the close slash actually reaching low enough and not getting low profile. Oh, unfortunately, after the YRC, Wild Throw comes out too fast and caught the guard crush frame still.
God,
you can't throw out of. Oh, that was a bit of tragedy.
Yeah. Oh, the Bandit Bringer, sorry, the Revolver actually ends up anti-airing there.
Oh, now a gold burst. Going for the throw, but getting tagged out, and then Solkes takes the upper hand on the exchange.
Are we gonna use that meter,
really
though?
Reasonable amount of damage. DavidBsS just RCing and going for nothing. This breaks a wall. And 5H. Solid wall break.
I mean, the 50 meter is probably enough for Soul to make the comeback. Unless spends it for... Uh-oh. Oh, that OTG
that could have been
enough.
An expectation. I think that could have been the expectation of getting the little slingshot after the Volcanic Viper to try and chase with a combo, but might have missed the timing window there.
Wow, the 6S actually comboing, and that's gonna jumble into a full one.
Oh, I respect what DavidBsS was going for there, but unfortunately the Fafnir didn't go far forward enough to get hit by the gold burst. But yeah, that was a really creative way of denying aggressivity. I respect what the intent was there.
Wasn't able to run under.
Oh, goes across and DPs, just raw.
Oh,
okay, punishes a whiff grab. And Wild Throw finishes it off. Opts to go for a reset, seeing that they weren't going to be able to get that much better of a conversion out of it. Solid grab. And now, punishing the whiff grab with their own whiff grab.
Oh,
and this time, going for the RC to get a wall break off. And now with the positive bonus, DavidBsS is in a really advantageous position.
This is a decent
Does
start.
still have a burst though.
Ooh, DavidBsS doesn't have burst though.
And this is gonna be, a lot of damage. Nearly equaling out the health advantages. DavidBsS still has a lot of meter. Gets the burst, but decides to go for the throw after.
That was a sick whiff punish. Wait, what was that? That was a Bandit Revolver whiff punish to Solkes' 6S, followed up by a beautiful burst read.
And immediately we're having DavidBsS back to the roots, back to gold burst round start. But both of these players have already bursted, and now DavidBsS going for the movement off of Volcanic Viper.
Wow, DavidBsS is playing so aggressively.
Using the meter to just get the wall break, saying, I'm gonna get positive bonus, I'm gonna have more of this meter to play with. Oh.
Catches with The 5 heavy frame trap.
YRC now times the grab properly this time with a little dash up and gets the round.
God, that's scary against characters like Sol who are very good at both mobility and have the command crab. Being YRC'd, you're basically in a tick throw mix-up, and you know, characters like Sol can really capitalize on that.
Oh, DavidBsS could have gotten the bait there, but unfortunately ran a little bit too far forward.
Oh, that one
was that whiff punish?
That's a punish!
There's the HMC. Regardless of the outcome of the set now, DavidBsS is gonna be happy.
Yeah, that's some sort of a mental win for sure, and I mean that's one of the situations where HMC actually does something, is if your opponent doesn't have the 50 meter to cancel, you could catch them doing a gun flame. Oh, Water's on board again.
Very aggressive gold burst, but this time it's Solkes the one going for the grab and nearly getting a whiff punish off of DavidBsS, but DavidBsS actually spending all of the meter.
I think that's meter well spent. Both of those would have probably gotten DavidBsS killed. Like you're gonna put yourself in a counter hit state, whipping a burst. Oh,
definitely.
Solkes against the burst.
As an Eno player, I'm very familiar with these kinds of situations. And now, unfortunately, Solkes not being able to input a super there, which...
Again, I think that was kind of cool, because that one previous round, DavidBsS was actually aiming to whiff punish the BP with a Bandit Revolver, and this time Solkes kind of catching them off guard, are seeing of the with BP. The double up once again.
DavidBsS loves to go for these tick throw setups.
As you should, because...
And they are working out. Look at that damage. That was really good, especially considering how pro-rated our seeing off of grabs is.
Oh, good reaction there,
really
6
solid amount of damage.
Whoa!
Oh, hello?
Are seeing just at the tip end there. I think, wait, that was using the low profiles of Vortex to close in. Under Fafnir, that was sick.
DavidBsS once again with 100 meter, not playing around, but unfortunately gets punished off of Bandit Bringer, and now is put in the corner, goes for the big throw again. And now Solkes can do so much off of this.
No, not
Doesn't quite get the wall break, but still gets the grab on Wake Up, and closes out a 4th point.
At this point, it's like, you haven't seen DavidBsS without a lot of juice for the most of the round, and it's like, once you hit it, like, he's not using it for offensive purposes, but also very actively on defense. YRCs, like, you name it, has been able to use that meter pretty effectively. The BB scores a knockdown. Oh, but the read from Solkes.
Oh, really solid combo. Ending on the Fafnir. A solid hit.
Uh-oh! That's a counter hit punish, and that's a burst bait as well! RC! There's no way Solkes gonna escape this damage. Wow, that was so well played. Baiting all of those TPs, getting every single read right.
Sometimes that's just all you need. You just need to get in your opponent's head, which, you know, easier said than done, but when you start to get the flow of how the match is going, that just takes you so far. DavidBsS with free reign to get a combo out, trying to put up some pressure, going for the gold burst again, saying, I am so close to winning this, I don't care, I don't need a defensive burst. Unfortunately getting punished for their hubris, going for the HMC again, but this time they have the meter to close it out, gets the air grab! That was such a sick sequence.
You think you're gonna punish this? Nah, get ready for the air throw, RPS. I mean, like, when your opponent is... Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's definitely worth of a burst. Oh, another one! Let's go!
Yeah, it's crazy how 6H can be such a good starter. You know, typically a move that only sees use for that last minute OTG hit or just to get a cheeky hit, but on counter hit that bounce goes far.
Yeah, honestly, it's such a hidden secret tool, because it does do a lot of good things. It's very far-reaching, it's fast, it has a good hitbox, and it has the rewards. It really has the makings of a secret weapon if you know how to use it.
Yeah, and just as we saw there, and just as we were talking about it, Solkes using it to close out the round with a little bit of a cheeky hit.
And you know,
and now both of these players just using it a lot as if to demonstrate the what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think
Banking
it's...
the gold burst, Solkes actually now has DavidBsS in a very unfortunate position.
Wow, what a trade! Oh, almost pretty good.
Oh, the gunflame was still lingering, and DavidBsS dove into it with Bandit Bringer. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, the Bandit Bringer just... it makes you immobile for a while. I think of like a normal air dash, they might have been able to get there before Solkes recovers, but that time the Bandit Bringer just made it a little too slow. Ooh, wrecked the DP.
Unfortunate for DavidBsS. This might just be a kill here.
It's so close.
No, the wall break a little bit too early, but Solkes getting the reset off. Gets hit by the Bandit Bringer. Does block high.
Yeah, I like that.
Unfortunately, the RC slowdown. Yeah, the RC slowdown didn't allow DavidBsS to continue actively pressuring, but at least didn't lose their turn.
Ooh, here we go. Milks all the damage out of that. Wow!
The Solkes just runs up and grabs. Just like, nah. I'll see you next round.
And it's funny as well, the previous exchange with the 5 heavies, it's not necessary that they just wanna, like...
Once again, another gold burst not working out for DavidBsS.
Oh, the BB. Kinda hard to deal with, especially if you're close range. Oh, another whiff punish with Bandit Revolver. It's such an interesting tool, a tool that does so many things at once. Looking for the OTG.
And now DavidBsS at so low health on the last round, kind of risking everything. This is, yeah, not going to hit, and DavidBsS will just get punished out of it.
Yeah, this time the screen position favors Solkes. Able to land close enough that 6S just makes it work.
Now Solkes is at match point 6-3. 1 game away from winning, but DavidBsS is not going to go down without a fight. Throwing out the gold burst, but unfortunately getting a counter hit when going for the offensive.
It's crazy how DavidBsS is able to land so many gold bursts. It's like they've done this before or something. They have experience in landing those.
It is certainly a trademark of how they've played in their appearances here at Bounty Hunters.
Ooh,
2D Souls Beloved.
It's like the 2D...
Not as ridiculous in Strive.
Right, but in this matchup it's actually not too bad. Like Soul 2D is definitely a shadow of its former glory, but mirror
second
interactions.
hit gets the bounce. That was... I'd never seen Tyrant Rave do that, where it just basically waited for the bounce off in a combo. And now DavidBsS putting up a fight, getting the first round.
There we go with the 6S counter hit.
The 6S
this time. Oh, immediate burst from DavidBsS as soon as the burst becomes available. And another anti-air.
Oh, the shimmy?
Wow!
This really is the Shoto matchup. These players are playing Street Fighter. Oh, the solid jump heavy for the punish. 6H preventing the Fafnir from getting near, but DavidBsS is still at very low health.
Wow, it's crazy how DavidBsS is using that revolver kind of as a movement tool. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week. It's just a tool that does so many things. But now Solkes working on a very nice round, 50 meter into tank. This is dangerous. Deems that the RC was not gonna kill it.
DavidBsS getting the grab, the burst off. Tries to go in, but now at very low health, manages to get a DP on wake up to punish the Gunflame. That's a solid conversion.
Chooses the wall break. Now back to neutral, but DavidBsS, this is a tricky one. Can't take a single hit. Ooh, the jump heavy gets there in time though.
But the TP is actually able to take a single hit from the light DP, but unfortunately, Solkes just spaces away from the 6B and manages to get a whip punish and the set.
For the last wire, see, I feel like DavidBsS was specifically chasing that backdash from Solkes, but didn't manage to dash far enough and got whiff punished as a result. Wow, that was an explosive matchup for sure.
It was Sol versus Sol. It was going to blow up one side, move to one side, regardless of what was going on. But very well played, 2 players. And next up we have Giovanna Faust. Tonydatguy versus my local contender Scatter.
Yeah, third time we are gonna see Scatter here on Bounty Hunters, Portugal versus UK. Yeah, Tonydatguy is such an avid Faust enthusiast from UK, and honestly, like, he's kind of like an embodiment of character love, in my opinion. Because when I look at Tony, you know, interacting with people on Discord, talking about Faust, sharing tech, it just sort of shines, radiates. Some would say copium, some would say love, just pure love for the character, and I just love that stuff.
Yeah, and you know, another thing I have to note about this matchup is that I'm in the torn position. I wanna root for the Portuguese player in the set, but the Portuguese player is also a ZBI member, and as a proud honorary member for Team Ho, you know, I can't just freely be rooting for the ZBI player.
Yeah, that is quite a conundrum.
But even still, we have both players at the podium, ready to go. I'm excited to see. This is this is going to be interesting.
Alright, what really has amazed me about Scatter, whether they win or lose, they always sort of left me with impression that they just know a lot of interactions in the matchups. And
yeah,
like, especially their debut match versus Chip was like super impressive in terms of like how many interactions they just know.
Yeah, I was really impressed by the way Scatter generally just played neutral, playing really patient, using the step dash really well, and Giovanna's just advantageous as heck moves to just navigate a match effectively. But speaking of using your buttons well, that 2H counter hit was really strong on Tony's side, and
oh,
I was about to say, was being able to get some spacing out to be throwing out items, but unfortunately now Scatter was able to find an in, and now it's Tony that is in the corner but gets a hit, jump dust onto the Afro. Now Scatter has to be careful.
Yeah, this matchup, like, for Faust, you really do have to be careful in that way as well, because, you know, this is a classic gorilla versus that guy who wants to sort of control the flow and keep it out, and we'll have to see how well Tony is able to, you know, keep Scatter
just
out.
Unfortunately not getting a burst bait. Tony going for the item toss super, getting some decent items.
Oh, how he was still exploding! And the
cross-up bicycle kick does get it. Yeah, no, so much happened there. Now, I was gonna say that it was really unfortunate for Tony that Scatter was able to get that trumpet. The trumpet is such an unfortunate item for Faust that, you know, because it's typically thrown closer to the opponent, it ends up being kind of a bad item to be drawing, and it's such a shame that when you go for kind of your character's signature ability, to have a chance that it just goes against you. Look at that damage from Scatter.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Faust.
The reward.
In existence guts. 2 throws in a row. The throw pressure.
Yeah, it's not just the rewards for Giovanna, but when she's in, she kind of stays in, which, you know, it's definitely a difference between the offensive capabilities of these characters. Whereas Faust is definitely a little more defensive.
Faust does have those jabs and some good poking moves that can keep play a little bit of keep away, but it's so hard when you have that really fast step dash. Unfortunately, the arrow kick not beating the hammer. Tony able to run close, trying to go after the trumpet, but Scatter with the grabs the trumpet instead and puts up the pressure. Goes for a goal first.
That was like almost a page from DavidBsS's book. Uses the gold burst as a sort of a frame trap.
This is the inspiration coming from watching the last set, surely. And now, item super has to be careful. The meteor starter. That I don't think was supposed to come out as a YRC, and Scatter was just still in the block stun, unfortunately. Maybe trying to go for some blue RC plays, but now, so close to death. The overhead crow, and Scatter unable to anti-air it. Yeah, Tony actually playing a surprisingly aggressive game, contesting space very effectively. Yeah, once again that 2H putting in so much work, able to actually punish when Giovanna is trying to 2DU.
Yeah, definitely. Now, keep an eye on Tony's spacing. They've been playing the neutral perfectly at a range where Giovanna's 2D doesn't quite hit, but able to whip punish with their own 2-heavy.
Yeah, but now look at that, going so far, forcing the burst out of Scatter, who tries to go for the 6B, but just about misses.
Oh, and now in the corner, at least Tony has the meter.
Oh, catches the backdash with a bicycle kick.
Wow, the flash conversion of the backdash.
Now back to neutral.
What? We're teleporting today. With Faust damage.
That was the most Faust technique I've ever seen. Just a double blue RC to fly around the neutral reset.
Oh no, that's a good starter though from round start position. It's gonna break the wall. Hello, Nago, is that you?
And 60% damage. It is against Faust, but it's still impressive how far that went. And now Scatter's just jumping over the exploding head. Doesn't want anything to do with it.
RC goes
solid
into the
YRC.
Catching backdash there.
Chasing after.
Now one's in the corner. Tony, how are we gonna get out? Oh, good 6B. Pushing them back. And no way to use that. Remaining 50.
Yeah, Tony had to rely on attempting to go for a play and ignite the Afro there, but unfortunately, the pressure from Scatter was just too much. There was just no space for them to act there.
Was that the first round? That was just, or first game. That was so much stuff.
That was the...
I think that was the second one, and I missed the first one.
Yeah, that was the second one. That took way too long to be just the first game. Oh, really solid 6B on the jump 2K. Tony getting the grab though, able to go for a safe jump setup here. Scatter pressing into it, unfortunately. But Tony slipping on a banana peel and getting hit by the dive kick. Super! That is a cartoon moment. So unfortunate. Sleeping on your own banana peel.
Whoa, look at that!
The 6B!
Was that a 6B? The button hit so high!
But the reversal super will actually hit.
And that's enough. Also, howdy Raiders.
Howdy! Oh my god.
Yeah, oh, still gets the 6B.
Oh, solid cross up. And just...
And you really don't...
letting the footsies game.
You really don't need necessarily the opponent in the corner to be able to pressure pretty scarily with Giovanna.
If that had fully converted, it would have been sick.
Oh, the clash.
Now, solid backdash. Tony actually being the one that got that trumpet. Thankfully enough, because if it had gone for Scatter, it could have been so terrible.
Has to respect the bomb, and here we go.
Item super, but slips to their own banana peel again, and this time Scatter grabbing the trumpet.
Every
just
single
the items are
working
just
against
going
Tony.
against. Yeah. And now even with the Afro trying to just play around neutral, gets the grab off of Mix and takes a round. Yeah, I think Scatter's playing this very intelligently by just you know, playing footsies, because that's where Giovanna excels at, and that's one thing that Faust can really struggle at. You know, relying a lot on your items to control space and control neutrals, as we're seeing right now, can just go against you so hard, but he's solid 6p. Yeah, not to say that Faust doesn't have any good buttons, as we've just seen.
Yeah, it's like Faust just has like a specific range where they're good. Oh, I think Scatter tried to 6p there, but it just didn't. Oh! That might have actually been a necessary burst there, because Tony was going for that swag combo. Oh, catching the backdash. I gotta be really careful. One mistake from Scatter is gonna end the round.
Ooh, just barely not getting hit by the overhead crow, but these crouching hands will reach just far enough for Scatter to get hit.
Are on the board for Tony. And I mean, the couple of the rounds that Scatter took to start out with, those were super even as well, so the downloads are only gonna happen from here on out.
Yeah, this is where the real changes can begin. This is where the real match can begin. And Scatter with a really solid gold burst, sending Tony back to full screen, and now trying to play on that game. Tony actually, that 5p, I think only hitting because of the afro, but Scatter's able to put up so much pressure, going for the strike throw, getting the grab.
Let's see if we get some better luck this time. At least look at the little guy to go for a sort of a combo breaker there.
Yeah, force the bar of meter to be used by Scatter. That's a good item. That's definitely not a you slipped on your own banana peel and lost a round item. But unfortunately, was not enough. Scatter just kept the pressure up.
Yeah, I'd say Faust being a little less meter reliant will happily take like 50 meter trade into 50 meter on most cases probably. Oh, fighting for the horn! Oh, what the explosion still gets him!
Oh,
the chaos.
That dash backwards into the explosion, I was trying to process what had just gone on. Solid 6p, but doesn't get a lot out of it since it's a standing hit.
Very nice!
5c conversion off of the anti-air, and now just gets to go into the wall, into the next channel.
Oh, I like that. Scatter playing it very safely, avoiding the wrong
Ooh,
start.
that combo burst to avoid the little guy and grabbing the trumpet was really smart. Forcing the burst out of Tony.
Wow!
That was a bullet.
Quick change of places.
Not just an arrow kick, a whole bullet. Now Scatter just playing spaced out, knowing that one hit on either side would end the round, and they were the ones who got it.
Rare footage of Scatter actually successfully hitting that 2D. I think Tony has specifically, like, their spacing, everything they do at neutral is sort of to combat that 2D. It's probably no secret that Geo players are gonna use that button because it's super good, and so far Tony has done a pretty good job at avoiding that. But what they did not avoid is this corner position. Wow, that was an important
Tony
throw.
actually calling out the throw and now getting their own safe jump setup, but forcing a burst out. Actually blocks the hammer. Oh, the cross-up meteor, the Nage pig tech, the classic Faust move. The dive kick not hitting, and I think Scatter just didn't expect it to not hit at that point and just allowed themselves to kind of let go, stretch their hands a little bit too much. But it's not over, and that cost a round.
That's one of Tony's favorite round-ending gambits, especially like hunting for the last hit, especially with the 50 teleport into RC. Ooh, nice from Scatter, standing up for the overhead.
And being very careful not to get hit by that Afro explosion, just waiting it out. My hair is on fire. I will run out of hair eventually. But unfortunately, Tony's just being able to dominate neutral here, gets bursted out.
Ooh, the timing!
Scatter now turning the tides around, the jump 2K being really strong. And I think this is just death.
Yeah, at least in the corner, Faust gets to do some damage, right? The chase is on. 2 for Tony, 3 for Scatter. An interesting thing, so we've seen a lot of interactions with you know, Geo's 2D and variety of Faust buttons. Sometimes the 2D has been anti-airing jump 2K from Faust, sometimes it doesn't. It's been like the timing of Geo 2D has been like one of the most important factors so far going into these futsis.
I mean, it is one of the most important tools in kind of any matchup, really. But dealing with it, oh, that jump 2K as well, such a good button. You know, especially not even just for Faust standard, just in general, that's a solid button.
Yeah, people should
nice
probably...
conversion for scatter.
Perfect timing with the
cross
2P. Calls out the teleport, and now... Oh, why is he back?
YRC exchange. Just one little bit of health for Tony, trying to make the dream happen, grabs the trumpet, gets the bomb, throws the hat, or head.
There's so much junk, nice dash under the bomb bag, and again 2D out there!
Oh
the
no.
timing! The timing!
Tragic for our Faust boy. But that's solid 6B into hammer, true combo.
Wow,
just
those
be
were some
lucky.
good items there. Let's see if we can throw more, because the name of the game is the amount, the quantity, not necessarily the quality. Oh, catches scatter, backdash, gonna face the burst! Still,
And
little guy's
grabs
coming.
the trumpet, forces
Wow.
Scatter to move through the air and gets a solid 6B out. Tries to go for the command grab, but is forced to RC it. Scatter still had the advantage for a little bit, but now
Oh, that was a good
kind of
idea, but too
struggling to find a
early.
hits. The 5Ps getting the punish.
With punish again on 2D. Yeah, it's not free to throw out. And the teleport is not gonna be enough! Oh, not quite!
So close, just anything will kill, and it's a dash up 2P. Give me your ankles.
I gotta say, that was like some of the sickest item luck I've seen. It might have not seemed like much, but Tony got so good items for all of those situations. Let's see if he can keep up with it.
Oh, really solid grab, and just barely of using the grab invulnerability to not get blown out by the Afro explosion.
And then what's it gonna be?
Into
Strike
the
a throw.
strike throw pressure. Another one, and this one will get RC'd. And thankfully for Tony, the wall
so
broke.
close.
Just one hit too early for Scatter. But any little minuscule hit will kill Faust.
Whoa.
But Tony is not gonna give away that hit for free. We'll continue this pressure going.
I'm so surprised Scatter is not hitting like 2P. They just need one more hit. And there
There
it
it is. Just the 2D will hit low and will hit
patience.
far.
A more impatient player would have definitely been like mashing the hell out of your fastest buttons. I would have for certain, but Scatter...
But that shows a lot of respect towards Tony and towards kind of how well Tony still held it together at the end of that round, despite
For
being
sure.
at 1 health. That was a very real threat that was posed to Scatter. Now, speaking of real threats, Tony's going in.
Oh, that 2 heavy was so
Gets
close.
whiff punish.
Alright, getting out of that corner. Here we go, what we gonna do with the bomb? Oh, Tony not quite in a position where they can...
Oh, unfortunately, Scatter gets hit by the bomb still. Isn't able to block in time.
Nice, a little bit of a juggle.
Oh
it's from the
no,
other
this
side,
can be
really?
tragic. Oh,
The
the
momentum
little
shift.
guys. Faust's own goons playing against him. But thankfully, Jump 2K will come to the rescue.
Yeah, the damage was already done and Scatter was so low health. Unfortunately, they didn't have the 50 meter to break the wall. It's always like going back to neutral in life disadvantage against the neutral character. Oh, misses the 6-speed. And catching backdash. A lot of good reach from Scatter. Oh, what am do? He's avoiding the little guy. Look at this. The little guy's so
Yeah, the
close.
little guy just does not give a damn. Is doing his own little thing. It goes off of the screen. Bye. You deal with Giovanna on your own. I don't want anything to do with that. And left Faust to die.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. It was kind of sort of a blessing at the same time because Scatter couldn't really chase Tony past that little guy, but at the same time you would hope that the little dude would do something now, right?
You would hope. I think it's the... I think that just encapsulates so many interactions that Faust has.
Ooh, good hammer, gets an anti-air and a 10-tom hammer as well. A lot of momentum breakers. But Tony's still getting pushed into the corner. This is dangerous zone. Nice backdash into
close slash actually gets a solid hit. The RC unfortunately doesn't actually contribute to going.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be a side switch combo, right? Alright. One of each. Going one by one. 3 to 4. It's been even so far, and man, I just... You know you have a good Faust matchup in your hands when it's... A lot of the interesting stuff just comes from, you know, items and being ready to sort of react to the items that you're throwing. I mean, Faust has always been an item character, but even so much more in Strive for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the lack of stuff like jackpot items in Strive, I think. I keep saying Tony instead of Faust. They're very interchangeable, but
right.
Faust really seems to struggle to just get big and real discernible advantages from using the items. It's always still just kind of something that you still have to fight for. It's not just enough to get the item out, but even still, speaking of, when you get the items working out for you...
Oh no!
Oh no, getting hit across the it! Got a helicopter legs. Now command grab has a lot of damage going for the safe jump. Now Scatter just kind of has to hold it for a bit.
Wow, that was a lot of good overhead blocks.
Oh, the flash! And because of the second move on the bicycle kick, Tony will just get hit. Scatter goes for the gold burst, gets blocked out.
A little late on the whiff punish, too heavy for Faust. Oh, that one is gonna go into a conversion.
And the kill.
Good interception round start and already in the corner, but you know, Tony has been pretty good at getting out of the corner. Both of these players have been so good defensively. Scatter has not taken a single overhead so far, I want to say, and Tony not too stuck in the corner once he gets put in there. Oh, the cross up! That was sick.
Oh, very solid. This is hope for Tony now.
Wow, what
a air grab. Okay, Scatter's just trying to take back the driver's seat, but the meteors are coming in to help. The Afro is on fire now. Tony just has all of the advantages possible. Unfortunately, the Afro exploded a little bit too early, didn't get a conversion out of the 5D, which is, I think, what Tony would have wanted to do there.
Again, the entire 2D hitting hard. That's actually... Is it gonna be a kill? Oh, too high!
Oh, just barely. It was so high up that combo just kept going and going up on the ladder.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of the nature of her air buttons are her 6 heavy. Just tend to launch the opponent pretty high up in the air. The 6B works out once again. The 6B...
Nice cross up, but Tony uses the burst to actually get the corner pressure. The footsies around the little guy once again.
Yeah, I can't believe how sort of cognition Scatter is of Faust items, not just the Faust player themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's just the Faust player themselves who...
Oh, the 6B
that 6B was still lingering and hit the dive kick. Yeah, no, typically you expect people to not be as able to be kind of conscious of what's going on with Faust items as you're playing against Faust instead of just playing with Faust and where you're every day dealing with the items. So it's really impressive to see.
Oh, but that flip kick is plus for Geo. Tony tried to get a 5B interruption there, but Scatter was ready to check it. Oh my goodness, so fast recovery out of that spiral arrow. Yeah, that's actually true. This is the last bounty hunters before the patch.
on the next one, we're getting some potential wild stuff with the new patch, new mechanics. It'll be very interesting to see what people can come up with, but basically just slightly over 2 days of playing a new patch.
Oh, perfect timing this time, man, with the 50 meter.
This just kills. There's no way this doesn't murder Faust. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really fast conversion into the super. No proration, wall break as well. And scatter at 6. Now this starts getting pretty awkward for Tony. No sort of buffer to mess up anymore. But it's not like their quality of play has deteriorated at all.
Yeah, Tony has been putting up a lot of really strong fights. As we're seeing right now, it's just kind of unfortunately not really worked out in the end. Scatter does get the upper hand after all, but still, look at this. With such a solid, consistent round.
That's definitely a Tony round finish. Teleport into, like, quick land into a throw with an RC in between.
Forced to block the hammer. Thankfully doesn't get hit by it, that would have been disastrous. But now Tony going in, contesting space to get the trumpet for the little guys. And now a meteor getting in, getting Scatter out of that jump that avoided the command grab.
Throw more.
Tony just, yeah, if I throw enough items, the good ones will come out.
Scatter avoided the meteors, but it's not enough.
Unfortunately, got grabbed out. Oh.
You know, my number one, what I want for Faust for season 2 is the item combos to be a little more, a little better. Because I think a lot of the items like bombs, the horde, they just cause so much combo proration and gravity proration that you often can't get the cool combos that you were used to get in Extsy, for example.
Now, the very slow play, Tony. Tony's playing carefully. You know, they have to just respect Scatter's ability to just take the set where we stand right now. And Scatter just wants to play slowly. Just knowing that, oh, if they play patiently, they just get the win.
Oh, landing in a very dangerous looking plays.
These 60s are putting in so much work.
There we go. This time, the 2D, not... I guess the jump 2K from Faust was sort of aimed as a whiff punish. It just works both ways. I guess you can anti-air jump 2K with 2D, but you can also whiff punish 2D with jump 2K. Another great intercept once again, and pushing the corner. We have the 50, we have the rewards. Here it goes. Oh, the shimmy! Just walk back slightly.
And now getting hit by the YRC, going for their own YRC to continue putting up pressure.
Thou shalt not press buttons, it is my turn!
And once again, just going for the frame kill on close slash and hitting meaty. And now, sad point for Scatter.
Live or die, Tony. This is it. Ooh, that was cute escape from the corner. But it's not good enough. Geo still pressuring you. The burst has been used. Add a bomb to the mix. 2-2, here we go.
Oh, what a crazy air grab. Tony was recently playing Extsy. That's where that comes from, is that the awareness to air grab from playing Legacy gear.
I would have been scared. I don't even know, like, who knows if that's like throw invulnerable or not. That was either Tony knew or they took a hell of a gamble.
But Scatter now going with their own air grab. And now the grounded grab. Going for the frame kill.
There it is.
Yeah.
The frame trap that took it away. Wow, that was a good ass set though. I feel like Tony is one of those players who just have such a good affinity for items and making exciting plays happen on the screen. it's like every time I see Tony play, they show me an item interaction I quite haven't seen before. Good stuff. All right, next up, a big banger. Early in the schedule, this has definitely the whatchamacallit, the makings of a main event matchup. However, invalidvalue does have to go earlier, so we're gonna play this heavy hitter as the third matchup of the evening. Invalidvalue, Nagoriyuki, Fecian, Jacko.
Oh, this is always bound to be a good matchup. You know, unfortunate uphill battle for Fecian being Jacko. Hopefully by this time next week it won't be that bad. Fingers crossed.
But here's the thing. This is essentially a run back, and you know who won the first match? It was actually Fecian. Albeit it was super close. I think it was one of those nail biter of a matches. It was 6-7 and probably went to the last pixel for all I can remember. So definitely has all the makings of a good run back. It's always like when you have had 6-7, it's like, ooh, are they still gonna play even? Has the power balance tipped to a certain direction? Is it gonna, yeah? So take it as you may. It is essentially invalidvalue who's gonna be here to run this back, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's okay. I am interested, very interested then. And I mean, I personally have a little bit of a bias because I really like seeing Jacko play, but invalidvalue is such a goated gamer that seeing their gameplay is also. I actually saw Invalid playing a little bit earlier because I was hanging out in Smoib's stream and got to see Invalid game in for some sets to practice a little bit. So I am interested to see what's up.
Now, matchup-wise, I feel like I've heard a lot of back and forth conversation about this matchup. I think generally people agree that it's kind of tricky for Jacko because of, you know, the risk reward, but Jacko theoretically has affinity for being able to control Nago, especially when you go to high bloods. It's like low bloods, Nago has, you know, crazy tools to sort of force his way in. But when you get to that level 2, by the way, do you call the last level before the explosion level 2 or level 3? I think it's level 2, right?
I think I always hear it referred to as level 3.
Maybe
because I think level 1 blood would be kind of the base. I think people go based on the number of which bar number they're at. Let me see what does loops. You know, some live research here. I'll go to YouTube. Which goes to yeah, it is referred to as kind of no blood is level 1. When you're beyond 1 full bar, it's level 2, and at the last bar, it's level 3.
Okay. So Blood Rage is level 4. Is that it? 1, 2. Am I math? Hello, kyuukei. Doing math live? Math not even once? Alright.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, supposedly invalidvalue has had some pretty decent success in tournaments as of late, and you know, no surprise, this guy has always been a wow!
Ooh, that grab into a minion setup, now forcing invalidvalue to just kind of hold it a little bit. Unfortunately, Fecian doesn't get a bait off. 2H is really good because he can just snipe minions if Jacko's holding on to them. Though I have seen a funny Twitter clip courtesy of my friend Athena, shout out to her, of Jacko inputting counter command while she's holding the minion and catching Nago 2H. So I wonder if we're going to see any of that. And whoa, there's 50% of Fecian's life just gone.
Invalid definitely not spending any time here, putting on the damage whenever. Ooh, but here we go. This is the other side of the coin.
Getting the setups in, but now Invalid has 100 meter. God. Yeah, it doesn't even need to use any of it. It just says, I'm Nagoriyuki. Eat this sword.
Yeah, that long ass throw reversal there. Flipping the position. I feel like that was the position for Fecian to make stuff happen. But invalidvalue narrowly just escaping. You gotta take that L, go into the next round, and start from scratch.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is the problem with Jacko. Jacko has very low amount of health, so when you can run your game plan like this, you do a lot of damage, you can set up a lot of pressure, but it is so difficult to get to this position, and now invalidvalue with all of the blood meter in the world is just out here.
Ooh, that's actually a whoa! The whiff punish 2D. I wonder what happens.
Yeah, that is 2.
Yeah, I wonder if you go to the next step of the DP.
I think it logically, I think it would hit, but I think at that point you might be beyond the cancel window. I'm not too sure.
Wow,
the rep is actually coming through and getting both the minions and still getting a hit on Jacko. And now, I think the super would have even killed if Invalid had gone for it. Oh, getting a little bit of lag. I don't know if that's the spectator lag. Hopefully we don't get a DC. That would be very unfortunate.
There was a little bit of a spike on the player's side as well. But here's the praying. I have my fingers crossed.
They are playing from quite far away, right?
Right. I think invalidvalue is based in Russia at the moment.
Yeah, I've heard that, and Fecian being from Spain.
Right, there's quite a bit of distance.
That's quite a bit of distance, yeah, exactly. Now, Fecian already being forced to burst, already at half health. Yeah, the unfortunate nature of Jacko's mechanics are that minion even though Fecian was fairly safe, that minion was still gone. And Fecian now, I apologize. Yeah,
you know
Fecian now has to work for the setup.
No. That's the sound that invalidvalue makes when they hit the kyuukei and go in for the mix. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Look at that damage. Ooh.
And just a simple 2S will seal the deal.
Yeah, this is the biggest issue, is if you as Jacko are not given any sort of space to set up any minions to do anything, a character as oppressive as Nagoriyuki can just keep going.
And if you're a Jacko player here and you're getting fast 3-0'd, how difficult is it to maintain your composure? It's gotta be tough.
The spacing. invalidvalue not even level 3 blood yet, trying to just build up to it slowly, not getting too ahead of themselves, and now Fecian getting to run pressure. Unfortunately getting 2H'd out of the air with the minion.
Back in the corner. Alright, we got the meter, we got the goons. Time to hit it!
Yeah, building up a lot of meter to just go for all of those minion loops. Now there's 2 of them, goes for the grab, sets up another.
Yeah,
and that's just kill now.
I think
there we go.
There just was 0 things that invalidvalue could do. You are Nago, you're taking this install super, you have 0 meter, no burst. It's basically a pressure city.
And that's the thing, it's if Jacko can get to that position, it's super good.
Wow.
It's very valuable. Oh, the Hotashi play. Doesn't even go for the super, just goes for the little kick. Doesn't even need it.
Yeah, let's get to the next round fast. I don't want to watch that super cutscene.
But yeah, no, it's tragedy for Nagoriyuki if Jacko gets to that position where Fecian just was. But Fortunately for Fecian, that's a really difficult position to get to. Now look at this damage.
Is that gonna kill? That's
That
gonna kill.
absolutely kills.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Perks of being a pixie character.
Once again, perfectly optimized blood gain. Or blood manipulation takes. Fecian into the corner, combos into big one. Yeah. A good start for Fecian this time though. But again, the reversal throw and Nagos.
Oh, tries to go for the gold burst, but gets blocked. Invalid wasn't ready for it.
Ooh, nice escape. And now as the blood gets higher and higher, while invalidvalue does not have safe access to Hukyo, that's sort of when I guess you have your time to shine as Jacko.
Oh, the unfortunate blood-sucking universe going a little bit too early, and now... Oh, the
nice
leader
punish.
actually used to try and punish Fecian here. Who keeps going for the setup, tries to go for the grab to refresh a minion timer and get another minion out.
Yeah, look at
These
this.
long-range minion setups, trying to be out of the range of 2H, but unfortunately, Nago here at level 3 blood does just kind of cover the screen in a hitbox.
2H after another is like, if it doesn't work, just do it again. I have the rewards.
Yeah, and Jacko doesn't quite have the punishes. At least not at that range.
It's kind of tricky as well, because depending on the blood meter...
Solid
Ooh.
grab.
Oh, that was a cross-up?
That was messed up. Oh, the football kick minion. Yeah, the power slash killing two little guys in one hit.
Yeah.
And the burst fate.
Kinda
And
had
the entire
to.
combo that would come after that is all burst safe.
Yeah.
There was really nothing that Fecian could do.
Yeah. It's whether you try it or not, same difference, but you know, I guess it makes you, at least it makes me feel a little better when I know at least I tried.
Yeah. Now Fecian already kind of second one of round one being forced to use burst. Manages to get a grab. Okay. This is a really solid position to be in as Fecian. Invalidvalue didn't have the meter to go for YRC. Still had a burst, which was good, but still very difficult to deal with Jacko without meter.
Ooh, so dangerous. The point blank YRC setting up invalidvalue for a tick throw. Fecian getting out of there though, and now catching the backdash. Ooh, that was a nice catch. Oh, here we go. Finally able to utilize the minions to go for that Jacko 5D. She's actually one of the cool characters who get to, under certain circumstances, just utilize 5D sort of for free without getting punished.
Yeah. Sort of being a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, Invalid trying to play the range with that level 3.
Wow, that
Fecian managed to get in, but look at the range on that. And now as a whiff punish, you're gonna get hit by the command grab. Look at the damage that does. But yeah, Nago just has such nice hitboxes for dealing with minions.
There we go.
The
This
little,
time,
the little guys don't stand a chance.
that time Fecian doesn't let Nago or invalidvalue get away with that reversal throw that they've been able to get a couple of times now. Oh, the patience. Oh my goodness. Good on both players, using all of their resources and avoiding
Yeah,
each
when you're
other's.
at the round end scenario, you might as well just use it. And now Fecian actually putting themselves on the board, hashtag not Fecian.
But yeah, this is where it starts. But like the score situation looks pretty tough. Ooh, nice. Jump, rush, dash back. The minion in hand, but the 2D, sorry, too heavy. I'm actually surprised the clone sort of struggling to get through some of those minion throws, depending on the timing.
foot blocking. Oh, that was still lingering because of the minion hit. Oh, that was so unfortunate, but this is gonna do a lot. Boom. And now, Fecian gets a minion out.
Yeah,
Gets to try and do something. Trades with the far slash.
I like this.
Attempted too heavy.
Needed one more combo, but even though Fecian did have an option to go in, they did not. They didn't want to risk it. They just mounted a defensive position and went for a minion snipe instead.
Oh, the Beyblade being one of the best moves AgguBaggu has on to allow Invalid to get back in, and now...
Oh, just barely not a kill.
That should have just killed.
I think he's dead. Invalid is just gonna dial special moves there until they go bust.
There's just no amount of meter that can save you from that onslaught. But really solid backdash into grab from Fecian, getting the minion setups going. Unfortunately, the wall just breaks super fast, so now Fecian has to go work extra hard to get a position where they can have minions out again. And as we've been seeing, it's so hard to do that.
Oh, is he gonna pop? So close. Not quite.
I think Invalid's got the blood situation under control. Oh, the double Fukyo, which would have made them pop into the grab, knowing that was all it took.
That's sort of the high-level decision-making, knowing when to take chances. Speaking of, invalidvalue hasn't like gotten popped so far in the set even once, other than that one situation in the right corner where they set it up purposely.
Oh.
Ooh. Unfortunate getting disconnected. We'll have to hope that invalidvalue doesn't finish it here, because
yeah, that would be unfortunate to miss a final set.
Hashtag fixed lobbies for season 2.
I want to be hopeful, but they've yeah, okay, Invalid is just throwing the game.
Okay, that's cool. Perfect. But
Very good. Bless up invalidvalue, shout out.
It's such a different turnout from last time. Last time I forgot how we got to the 6-7, but man, this time I bet invalidvalue has done their homework, labbed the matchup, and you know, not gonna take an L from Jacko players ever again. Trademark.
Who knows? June 10th might just put in some work.
Right. But that is then, now is now. And as they say, is your momentary fame at the moment. If invalidvalue wins, they will be the strongest out of these two fellas at the moment. That will be an undeniable fact. Let's see what Fecian has to say about that. Difficult situation, 6-1, but not impossible.
Yeah, you know, nothing is. And a really solid start from Fecian, blocking the 2H, unfortunately making that minion disappear, the tragedy of Jacko. I really want this character to get better. I think Jacko's cool as fuck. And now, getting the minion set up, putting Invalid in the top position in the corner. And once again, more throws and the 5D to finish it off.
Alright. We have a pulse until the Kamurigi comes through. Luckily, Fecian does have a burst for that occasion. Wow, the placement of too heavy.
Oh, but it's actually Fecian who gets a grab out of the Fukyo.
Well, that was a lot of blood. Is it gonna pop? That's gonna be so close. No, the math is impeccable.
Invalidvalue, just master of calculus, and now the 6-8.
You know,
the 6-8.
I think
that's just all it takes.
I think Fecian did think that invalidvalue would burst there, so kind of purposely dropping their combo And man, did invalidvalue, you know, punish that hard, taking that round. Gotta be not phased. Got in the corner.
Counter hit.
There we go.
Noticing that there was a burst bait coming, getting a parry minion command in. And now
this is
with the setups in the corner. Unfortunately, just not enough meter to get the super out. That was tragedy. Now the clone comes out.
Yeah, taking invalidvalue to the highest or second highest blood level. Can't throw out specials anymore. So
really good parry once again, and now this can just go into the game end scenario, and Fecian takes a second point.
Wow, I wonder combo trap or a setup? Because it did end up baiting a sort of an abare throw there from invalidvalue. We are in. 5 more to go. Math not our strongest suit here. We only do commentary. Trying to fish. The minion hit. Ooh, the minion
parry. Yeah, these parries are being kind of the saving grace for Fecian right now.
There we go.
Unfortunately dropping the combo, and now the reverse of Elysian driver.
God, that's for Nagayuki's not the lightest boy out there, and that's 1/3 of your life with Elysian driver.
It is such a damaging super. It is also really awkward and hard to hit, but you know, when you do hit it, it deals a lot.
You know what else is 1/3 of your life? Any hit from Nago? Shit.
Pain.
And just like that, invalidvalue is on set point here.
Yep, and the motorcycle outside of my house agrees. Somehow. Oh, but good whiff punish on that 2H.
Oh, catches the backdash, but...
Oh, gets...
There we go, went for a burst baked. But now the burst is out of the way. You gotta be really careful here, because invalidvalue is on very low blood. They can fire the clone, they can use special moves a lot. Here we go. Oh,
now there's some pressure. This is gonna be so much damage. Does invalid pop? No, just barely.
Fecian might have actually thought that invalidvalue set up a pop there and trying to sort of break out of it. That's the only thing that you can do against that setup. Oh no, the wave punish was not there!
Oh no!
The too heavy slicing the air, but Fecian not quite reacting on time, and also I think a little too far away as well. Gosh. Welp, that is definitely a run back. And, you know, returning back from the previous loss, invalidvalue, the recent tournament winner, one of the strongest players in...
And Fecian is even saying in the chat, we are 1-1, and next time...
True.
That's gonna be different.
Facts?
Especially hoping for the June 10 hopium. 5 more days, and we're gonna know the future. Next we have Radune here. Hasn't been around in a few weeks, right?
Yeah, it's been, I think it's been a while, unless I misremember. But you know, couple of guys who are, I think these might be actually the most frequent sign-uppers on Bounty Hunters.
You see them around a lot, definitely. Radune and NKellyy are two regulars of the show, and it's really nice to see them keep coming in, see their evolution week to week, and this time we're actually seeing them against one another.
Yeah, what I'm surprised, considering how often they've been playing, is how they haven't actually managed to clash even once yet on Bounty Hunters. So Radune, the very special, risky showman players from Sweden, facing off NKellyy Biken from Austria.
I think showman is definitely a good word to describe Radune, especially with all the kind of really hype looking setups that they go for. Going for the first of all, using DP so much and going for all the fun conversions out of it with meter.
It's kind of cool how Radune actually managed to sort of retain their identity between the exert switch, or from the switch from exert to strive, because they've always been like this. They've always been this super entertaining and high stakes player, and it just, you know, I guess theoretically Leo didn't change that much, and the way Leo is in strive, it's basically an exert Leo, but everything is better.
I don't know that much about Exert Leo. I mean, I've been just recently picking up the game properly since when Exert was the current game. I was just a masher. So I am kind of I'm curious to see now that I'm getting into it, what kind of things I can encounter in that game.
Alright, Baiken versus Leo. I can't remember if we've seen this before on Bounty Hunters. Two characters who would love to go in. Two characters that have pretty, I guess Leo more strength on the ground, Baiken more strength in the air. A lot of good buttons for both characters though.
Yeah, there's certain things in this matchup that I think can be very interesting. You know, Leo is a character that can disrespect a lot of pressure with his really good flash kicks, and you know, Baiken could obviously use the frame 1 parry to try and prevent that kind of stuff from happening. So I am interested in seeing how these two players and these two characters are going to interact in that way, and also Radune, with how much they throw out that DP, they're going to be putting themselves airborne quite a bit for NKellyy to go for those air conversions and air to air big combos that you're referencing just now.
Right. And then, of course, how good of a game plan does NKellyy have against the favorite button of Radune, the 2D? If you can't tame 2D from Leo, then oh boy, you're in a world of trouble against Radune.
And it's such a good button as well. The fact that it is just -3, I think, is what it is. It's geo levels of safe.
I think
super far.
I think it's -5.
Recovers really fast.
I think it's -5, but the thing is, it's not often gonna leave you at like 2p range, which is usually the 5-frame button of choice for a lot of characters. So
yeah, it is -5. You're correct.
Yeah,
I was confusing it with Giovanna's -3, but it still can hit from so far away that a lot of characters will struggle with proper spacing to punish it.
And then, you know, it's that, you know, you're almost punishable, you're -5, it should be my turn, but then flash kick.
But, you know, Baiken can have a solid reply to that flash kick if NKellyy can see it coming.
Yeah.
So I am in observing matchup.
And also another important feature against Leo, you better have good counter hit punishes, because punishing a counter hit recovery flash kick, yeah, you want to have something really explosive, and Baiken is definitely that character. Wow,
solid grab.
Ooh,
because Radune tried to go for the command grab, I think, but unfortunately hit the wake up grab and vulnerability.
Here we go. Speaking of, burst bait.
Okay.
What?
Slowing down the counter hit, but now into the flash kick, right as we were saying it, the conversion off a flash kick hit.
What is that madness? RPS choice there. And Kelly, faced with the backdash, or the parry stance, goes for a TK Yosansen. That was nutty.
I think using this was just wanting to abuse the slowdown of the purple RC, knowing that, oh yeah, this parry hit is going to be so slow that I can effectively do anything, and just wanted to go for a good starter. Oh.
Is that gonna safe jump? I don't think so, right? Yeah.
No, it was still in the air when the hit came out. It was still quite high up.
And that's the 2D.
Oh, there it is again. The gold burst, just going for it and catching the start of air dash. I'm fairly sure.
It's kind of unfortunate that the parry stance doesn't catch bursts in this game. Nothing really does. It's like the parry stance doesn't, or the back turn D doesn't either.
I wonder if that's something that they're likely to swap. Is more counterplay to bursts.
Yeah,
I can burst grabbing and stuff like that.
I can sort of understand the, they want to at least give players that one mechanic that doesn't get, read perfectly, but it's just so hype when you do cool shit against.
Grabbing someone's burst, great feeling.
that's the essence of like the heart and soul of Guilty Gear.
Once again, Radune finishing it in true Radune fashion, getting the first point in the set with a DP.
Yeah, that's the heart and soul of Radune. Watch this run start. Oh, no DP. All right.
And the 2S actually catching what Radune was trying to do. But you might not get round start DP, but you got wake up 2D. And now we get the DP. Fortunately, not hitting those meaty berserker slashes.
Oh my god, and ready to unleash the 2D immediately. Why is he not giving a damn? Radune milking every single resource out of NKellyy. Oh, that's a good response, yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, Radune tried to DP on the safe jumping property of Tatami.
Oh wow. I think NKellyy had already committed to a button. It kind of looked like they...
I think that was the startup of Gun Super.
Oh yeah, actually that might be it. Because that's a valid gambit for landing chip damage.
Yeah, and we've known NKellyy to actually really like to use the Gun Super, so I think it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, who doesn't when you're a Viking player?
That's also a good point. Oh, solid parry. Preventing Radune from getting anything meaty out. Now at really low health, NKellyy has to play this very carefully, but the headbutt.
That's such a deceptive hitbox. I feel like, especially how you get moved after you get hit by Leo's claw slash, it looks so funky. It's like you kind of get vacuumed in and it just hits so high up. The animation definitely doesn't look like it.
Oh, that was a funky looking cross up. It almost looked like the Berserker Slash was gonna hit same side, but it still managed to go out. That chasing DP. Another DP! And NKelly's in such a tough position, just getting slammed in by Radune, who goes for the first base.
Cashing out on all that respect. 2D. Leo -5. Radune just dashes in and gets a throw. That's, that's the essence of the RPS this man plays. The leg of the king, jump K. Former shadowy self of its former glory, but still managed to do the job here. Wow, the delayed DP.
The delayed DP, yeah, just for the surprise factor. The element of surprise, putting in so much work here on Radune's buttons.
Wow, we just
cross up Yuuzhansen getting hit by the DP as well. You are in no way safe from Flash Kick. Or from Command Grab Attempt.
Yeah, that's another tool that Radune likes quite a bit as well. I don't think there's ever been a set where Radune doesn't dunk them at least a couple of times with that. The funny thing is, like, you can definitely have a wild playstyle like this where you wave the flash kick around a lot because it just gets Leo started so perfectly. It's basically,
yeah.
Look at this. It sets...
Unfortunately, it missed. I think it was just mistimed Tatami because typically you can safe jump with that button, but Radune was still able to DP.
Oh, God.
And NKellyy trying to go for the gun super.
Another one. When's my turn to play? The far slash. Does it as an anti-air.
Another DP just throwing it out.
Ooh, a little bit of miss there.
Whenever we have Radune playing, we need to just start having a DP counter.
Did you see that? That was kind of amphibious, trying to 6p under the Kenju.
I respect that, but I think it just kind of went to a maximum distance where it exploded. Because Leo could have very well gone under the bullet. Who knows? Maybe with the right timing, we're gonna see it happen.
Ooh, the big. Oh, and into the super as well.
This breaks the walls, yeah. So that's a hard knockdown for Radune to play with. Going for the Rekka hit. But unfortunately dropping the combo after.
Well, the pace at which Radune plays is blazing fast as usual. Oh, there we go. Now, the burst is gonna be there, pushing NKellyy back into the corner. Yeah, NKellyy hasn't been able to catch those cross-up Rekkas with a throw even once yet.
Radune actually went for just a reset with NKellyy going from so far away, blocking the Kabari with the parry and tried to go for the super off of it, but
oh, the last hit whiffs! Still a chance. But now running the risk of getting chipped out. The perfectly spaced Kabari pokes through the heavy flash kick, but oh.
I don't care if I'm minus, I have a DP.
Yeah, that's sort of the story of your matchup against Radune. Are you ready to punish that 2D? No? Alright, I guess you're getting flash kick then. And it's not like you can, let it slide either. You gotta try to sometimes push your frame advantage there.
Radune attempted to go for a gold burst. Unfortunately didn't get it. Was able to still get NKelly's burst out early, so it's not that big of a loss. But now having to play carefully, NKellyy taking a bit of an advantage. Gets hit off of the backdash by the 2D.
Oh, Duncan!
Slammed into the ground.
Yeah.
Blocked this mix. And it just kills. Yeah. That is rough.
Yeah, NKellyy needs some sort of a response against the wild plays. Wow, that's a hit. Oh, there we go. Set it up
for the double cross up, but NKellyy was actually ready with the grab.
Oh, that must have been kind of awkward because the string was attached already. So, what actually happens if you try to use the S-Kabari when the S-Kabari is already attached? I don't know.
I think you do get another attach. You can just refresh the timer on it, but it's kind of awkward to hit on airborne targets. So it might just miss on a lot of situations. I'm not that sure. I need to lab it out.
Yeah, there are some minor difficult technicalities when it comes to Baiken's combos. I know, the H-Kabari follow-ups are sometimes really tricky, for example, depending on the situation. There we go, preventing Radune from running through. DP baited,
manages to block the DP, but the jump dust will work very well for Radune.
Ooh, just slightly too far away. And NKellyy is finding a lot of purchase with that spaced Kabari. As much as, ooh, here we go. Oh, the hard burst bait once again, but Radune doesn't want to give you the burst.
Yeah, that burst is going to be useful later. And I think NKellyy just needed to go for as much damage as possible.
Yeah, and Radune being a smart player, adapting to your... Oh, nice parry though. Oh, that's gonna hit. Like I was gonna say, Radune has seen that burst bait once, so why should he burst? It's much reasonable to expect that your opponent is gonna burst bait in the same place again.
Unfortunately, once again, the DP on Wake Up doesn't work because NKellyy is ready with the tatamis, but now this is a very difficult situation.
Oh my god, that was a
Tries
brave.
to go for the grab, but the 2D just avoids it and gets the kill. And takes Radune over to set point.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Wait, I blinked for a second. That was... Wait, who did win? Radune?
Radune went up to 6.
Ooh, overhead blocked, but doesn't get the cross up afterwards. Yeah, this is the tricky part. If you have a lot of trouble getting out of those back turn pressure situations, Leo could just kind of run a train on you very easily. Ooh, that's a high bounce. Drops it.
I think Radune just wasn't ready for how favorable of a launch that was. Because nobody would expect just a jump B randomly to be so good.
Yeah, it's one of those first world juggles where you get too much. Again, doubling it up, rushing through.
Ooh.
The resets keep coming, catching the backdash as well.
Yeah. Now dealing a lot of damage, getting the positive bonus and winning this would just be the set. So now NKellyy on the last leg, getting the feed. Still has a burst.
Stay there.
A gun super for the rescue.
Alright,
solid combo. Oh. But the DP ending the set unceremoniously.
Yeah, I mean, the tatami only keeps them still if they block it, and I guess in that case, you know, the DP was a pretty cool bet there. Yeah, it just seemed that it's kind of like the Radune factor can be too much for you sometimes. If you're not on the same wavelength with Radune on the RPS situations, 7-0s can happen very easily. And Leo is that kind of a character who overwhelms you really fast if you don't have the right options. And this time, yeah, Radune does what he does best.
Yeah, and that was just swift and efficient. It's if you don't kind of adapt to the jungle mess that's happening, you just get run over, and that's it's really unfortunate. You know, it takes a lot of kind of labbing those really tough pressure scenarios to get used to it and going through. Because it's not that simple a lot of time.
Yeah, and it's like a matchup that requires a lot of reaction times and presence of mind as well. Yeah, you're gonna get mixed up by a lot of things. The fast back turn overhead, the berserker slash cross ups, even the command crabs. There's just so many things to look for in that matchup.
And a lot of these animations just look so similar to one another that you just need experience, and you need kind of help figuring out what things are. But that's what practice is for.
All right, next up, probably, if I'm a little biased as a Testament player, probably my most weighted matchup of the week. DovahChief Testament from UK versus our Finnish Soul player, and Finnish Soul player is a combination that always brings, you know, a lot of happiness to the viewers. Like back in the day, from times immemorial, we've had from Exert to ACPR, we've had a lot of really entertaining to watch Soul players, and Gas, she's definitely one of them. I think like during Exert, Gas wasn't too experienced with Exert still, but with Strive, she's really grown into the role, I suppose, and you know, gotten on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I am interested to see, because I don't think Gaz was a lot more regular guest on the show, and now it hasn't shown up as often.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I am excited to just kind of get to see this going. and see where she is at. And also DovahChief, who I know from the very beginning of the announcement was really excited for Testament and for picking them up. I'm excited to see, after the dust has kind of settled on the character and people are getting more accustomed to what they do, to see how DovahChief has gone along. And I mean, level 900, that's a lot of playtime already on them, so
yeah,
I'm excited
really,
to see.
Really a testament to how well they've stuck with the character. Because like we had a lot of players jumping into the Testament train, and we had a lot of players jumping out of the Testament train as well. DovahChief being one of the high-level players who have actually stuck with the character. So let's see.
Now let's see. Yeah, let's see how that plays out.
How is this character
And as
played?
we were saying, so as we were saying earlier at the very first match of the game, where we saw Sol being played, we said Sol can be played, and typically is by a lot of higher level players, as a mid-rangey, dominates neutral with really good buttons character. And Testament kind of wants to do that as well, so I'm kind of curious to see. Oh, hold on, that was really good, the way that 5k from DovahChief just beat that DP attempt from Gaz. Really solid first round.
Yeah, Testament is theoretically one of those characters who can have initial control of the matchup. You have amazing fireballs, definitely the best fireballs in the game. Oh my goodness, but then the flip side, you take one combo, a lot of damage, and into the corner you go. Ow.
Yeah, as you're saying, those fireballs aren't even just good by their sheer base design as fireballs. They put a lot of utility on the screen with the way they set the succubus for both the bird throw and the teleport. So it would be very interesting. Anytime there's kind of a high level Testament player, seeing the kind of stuff that they can do with those with those succubus sets is really cool. And Gaz with a really nice presence of mind, getting a solid pickup. But unfortunately not getting a wall break out of it, going for the Vortex RC throw.
Nice, defending the airspace, the air backdash jump slash. Testament air buttons are so good.
They're really solid, and now applying Stain with the super, unfortunately didn't get a good enough throw for it to connect on the combo that was going on before, but it's fine because there's a lot of pressure that comes out of it. And catching the backdash with the fireball into the kill. DovahChief will be taking the first point.
Yeah, catching, that's like the favorite position you can catch your opponent in. Corner. Oh, that's a big though, a little too far to get the max damage combo.
Solid air fireball, it goes in, gets another solid hit with jump slash. Now getting the good block strings off of the state.
Ooh, just dash
Oh,
DP.
the DP.
Oh, I can reversal
heavy.
too.
Yeah, although unfortunately, the Calamity one isn't that great of a reversal, comparatively speaking, compared to what you have in the game, being a lot slower and really unsafe if you get blocked.
It's really one of the slowest reversal supers.
It's still good. It is still a reversal, which is very, very valuable in itself.
And what it lacks in speed is reach. It kind of almost as far-reaching as Ram's reversal super.
As Mortal Bato with 2 swords, yeah. And really solid starter from Gaz. Look at that, getting. Unfortunately, are seeing a bit too late and not getting the proper launch off of the Volcanic Viper, but still, or too early maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not a Sol player. But Gaz here, I think what she needs at the moment, yeah, that will be death. But I think Gaz, it's still very early in the set, and what she's gonna need to do is assess how Dova is dealing with neutral and dealing with the spacing, because Sol definitely has the buttons to be contesting a lot of stuff and playing a winning neutral game. Especially considering how good the reward he gets is. So I think she just needs to cheating Gas needs to...
Speaking of rewards!
Yeah! See how Dova is playing, play around that and get nice, solid conversions off of it, as we just saw. This is exactly what I was talking about, just dodging the fireballs, dodging the normals, and going through.
Oh wow! Bandit Bringer -2, but still close enough to 5k afterwards.
There's the grab on the wake up. Going for the Bandit Bringer.
Oh, baiting the throw! That was the right answer from DovahChief. If that was actually a fireball, the instant air dash could punish theoretically. But
Gas is really showing, you know. A lot of people see. I've seen a lot of new players who are just picking up the game and trying to help them out. See that Sol just has a move that's just, you pretend to do a fireball and they ask, how do you use it? Like, what is the utility of having a move that just does nothing? And well, here's the answer. The fast recovery means that you can bait people into answering a real fireball, and then punish them.
It kind of requires your opponent to think. Like, if you're not on the same RPS, if, for example, the opponent doesn't know that they can just, you know, jump out of that gun frame cancel, you might not get the value that you're looking for. But Dova, definitely being an experienced player, they should be very aware of what, you know, the right answers in those RPS situations are.
It's funny because the way these kinds of feint moves that you can do. Oh no, that hitting cross up on that DP is so unfortunate for DovahChief. But you know, these kinds of feint moves are what I like to call kind of very respectful disrespect moves, because you need to respect your opponent to know the correct answers to what you're trying to pretend, but then also disrespect them enough to say, oh, they're not gonna notice I'm doing some fake shit.
Alright, DovahChief getting a good burst off, saving their life.
Playing from behind in this round, but fortunately enough, having the good buttons, getting a really solid 6B out. Getting the overhead through the vortex, going under the 6B. The OTG hit that just barely didn't kill, but getting hit by the meaty. DovahChief gets sent into next round, and Gas has equaled out after having gone 0-2.
I think this is very, very typical, like how Sol wants to play a lot of matchups where they're playing against somebody who has low rewards. You kind of try to fish for the big counter hit option over and over until you get it, like this. And when you do...
Oh, wait, but a Gold Burst throwing Gas over into the corner is really terrifying to deal with.
Ooh, that's the double overhead setup.
And there was the burst as well from Gas, but he doesn't need it. She's just going in ham now, and I think it can just be kill. Yeah.
Damage!
Soul conversions just look cool. Like, I don't think anyone can deny that. Especially if we see some sort of open world gameplay combos from Gas soon. Oh, unfortunately not getting...
I like that term, open world combos.
You've seen the wall-to-walls
like
being
this?
flung over. Yes, exactly like this. And now the meaty hit and the first bait. Gas just takes a quick round and takes the point. I don't know how I misspoke round there.
That's a pretty massive swinging momentum. DovahChief starting with 2 games and then Gas returning with 3.
DovahChief just needs... It's what I was talking about at the start. Gas assessed the way that neutral was being played by DovahChief and responded in kind. And now DovahChief needs to do the double adaptation to keep up in the set. We have plenty of potential games left, so plenty of time for Dova to be adapting to everything. Solid 6B. Solid bar slash.
Oh, still picking it up.
And this is what I mean. It's the moment you realize that your opponent has adapted to what you're doing, change things up, and all of a sudden Gas got hit by a lot of things.
Oh my god,
even still, what a start from her! Slammed into the ground. The frame kill, hitting with the gun flame.
Corner, saved by the bell with the breaking wall. And now, gotta chase it back.
And now, the range on that, as you were saying, it has such good range, rivaling Mortobato in range, but unfortunately the wake up DT too strong of a reversal.
I bet Gas was trying to queue up a super of her own there. Once again, the 6P. Man, such a good option against a lot of Soul's pressure, and speaking of 6Ps, Testament has one of the best in the game.
Yeah, definitely one of their better buttons.
Basically,
look at this. Very even. Going for the 5D, but getting grabbed out of it. Unfortunately, not timing the land.
From airborne to S hit! Wow, Gas! You good?
As I said, open world gameplay.
It's such a comfy conversion when you can bounce them high up into the air.
Really solid punish with on the 2K there from DovahChief. Perfectly spaced as well. Oh. Okay. Gas channeling her inner DavidBsS. Ooh, nice realization that you can get a gap there. Another attempted gold burst in this round.
Oh, didn't get the save jump, or maybe they were trying to mix it up and go empty throw. Alright. Teleporting out of the corner.
Waiting in the air.
Oh, there we go. Is the Vortex is kind of good against like Far Slash and 6P, because I think it should go under both.
Testament has some really good low buttons that would stop the Vortex approach, but you know, if you're able to catch your opponent committing to those buttons that won't reply to
we're going full
the Vortex.
Oh, but it
unfortunately drops, but even still gets the pressure off with a stain application that still comes out, baits the burst, and then just a 2K.
That's sort of one of my Testament Season 2 wishlist things, that Nostrovia would combo a little more consistently, I guess.
Oh yeah, that was one thing when I was lapping the character, that definitely was felt. It's so hard to tell when it's actually going to be a true combo. Oh, good approach. Yeah, Gaz is in a very tough position here. We'll have to find a way out, but the overhead Arbiter sign.
Yeah, out of the Testament players that I've watched, I think DovahChief has the most success and most, frequency of use for Arbiter sign. It's a lot of people say that Arbiter sign is definitely the weakest tool in Testament's kit, if you will.
I'd say it definitely takes creative use to be good. I feel. It's kind of like Strive Chemical Love. I feel a kinship with Testament players on that guy. But now Gaz, with the dash up, Tyrant Rave, but DovahChief was ready for it, not having any of that. Going for the meaty option, not scared of anything. Oh, and a 6 heavy? Okay, that 6 heavy is supposed to be not disjointed. But somehow, DovahChief just came out on top there.
I'm a little puzzled. I think the hitbox has some good parts, but I think it just hit on the perfect frame there.
Yeah, that was just really good timing. All skill. Oh, that's 6P! 6P for the bird to not hit! That was nuts! And now Gaz in really good position, but Dova gets a gold burst.
Speaking of disjoints, the burst is baited!
And the base! But unfortunately didn't continue the combo. Yeah, that could have been the kill right away, but it might not matter. If Gaz can't get out of the corner here, this might just be a double overhead, as we saw earlier.
You thought Ino's jump D was fucked up? Well, get a load of this button. It took a while for people to sort of learn how to use that jump D for those multi-overhead setups.
Yeah, it's definitely not like plus R where you can get that crazy, the crazy IAD as Testament and then do jump dust for a really nicely disjointed hitbox when you're flying at turbo speed at your opponent. Yeah, Dova equaling out the score, having gotten the counter adaptation back. Oh, the 2D from Gaz, but unfortunately unable to do a big full conversion out of it.
Yeah, got a far slash there. Would have probably wanted to get a close slash. Oh, is she gonna build a meter? No, not quite.
It would have been good. It would have been too good, maybe. Using the RC to see if DovahChief replies in kind. I feel like after that time with the Fate, DovahChief hasn't tried the IAD over Gunflame at all.
There we go. Not this time. You're not gonna disjoint this at that range, at least.
Jumping over the 6 slash, that's good. The 2D once again.
Oh, missed the pickup.
Unfortunately, not getting pickup, but still putting up a lot of pressure. Jump slash. Now,
Look
jump
at that
slash.
hitbox.
So favorable, but still having a lot of pressure put on them. Gets the teleport away from a corner. Doesn't want to be there anymore. DovahChief just needs to escape. And now, solid hit. 5P doing a lot. Calamity One does even more.
So many reach that DovahChief has gotten right here, but it might be all in vain because Gas is coming. Oh, but backs off. 6P is good.
And Gas is being very respectful of the neutral play. But that said, there's no neutral to be played here when you have Vortex to go.
Caught the jump. Oh my goodness. That's like one of the most fucked up feature about the Vortex. Not only is it like very low profiling and advancing, it just somehow always ends up anti-airing stuff. And you ask yourself, why?
Oh, solid 6P on that startup of 6H. Oh, forcing the burst out of Gas. That Soul jump slash is disappearing.
Drop the combo as well. Good backdash out of the throw. Again, the combos drop left and right. Still a chance for both players to get this opening round.
Oh, DovahChief with a solid grab, throwing Gas onto the corner, getting those safe setups. And now, did that just killed? Whew.
It's kind of a cool feature of Testament that out of a throw you can really get a reversal safe set up against pretty much the whole cast. You just kind of have to hold Testament set play in that situation. Ooh, good dash up forward B.
Solid escape from the corner. Oh, never mind the DP.
Oh no! Is he gonna punish? Yes, it is!
Yeah, the DP back. Poor Soul players.
5K catching the backdash
Good
and the
old
Arbiter slice.
DP. Nothing beats that. But just as we say that, DovahChief takes a 5th point, equaling the score once again.
Yeah,
For being a very good set.
For a lot of these Testament combos, you sort of have to choose whether you want damage ender. The Arbiter sign is usually going to be your most damaging ender, and then you can sort of mix it up and get a
shimmy on the throw. Solid backdash. The close slash anti-air, forcing the burst out of Gas.
Yeah, that gotta have been a good burst. That was gonna be a lot of damage.
Unfortunate slight jump gets Gas hit by the bird. She's trying to go a lot for 6 heavy, it seems. But we saw there a good situation. Soul saying, "Oh, at 6P."
That 6P is a pretty good button against a lot of Testament spokes as well.
Oh, that jump heavy, really solid punish. There's far slash.
Oh, doubles it up.
There's the wild throw, so much damage. DovahChief starting to get into a precarious position. This is the match that decides who's the first one to go into set point. And it's looking like it might be Gas.
Wow, how did Dova miss that close slash? Oh, the RC giving Dova the frames to punish. Wow, wow, Gas actually managed to dodge the whole stage.
Yeah, oh, really solid 6P. And this is very close for DovahChief to actually be getting a 3rd round. Never mind.
Wait a minute. Does Vortex actually low profile under the active Arbiter sign. That's kind of cool.
Mankind.
And that works pretty well against DovahChief's cancels, because they like canceling into the Arbiter sign, so...
Now, set point for Gaz. That's a really good showing of adapting to DovahChief's neutral.
Ooh, the counter hit 2S gonna lead into a very decent combo. Feeling the pressure, having to RC that fireball not to get punished, potentially.
Spacing herself properly to not get hit by the bird.
Oh, that was so close if the Vortex is held
Vortex
for...
just barely doesn't hit.
Oh,
But
the challenge
a
there. I
far
love it.
slash will come in. Look at that. Good old DP. Oh, the grab. PRC immediate. Breaking the wall with the bird, just going for the stay in play.
Oh no!
And there it is. That's the round. That's the round for DovahChief. That was just one round. It went on for so long. I thought we would have already been on the second round of the match. Oh, solid close slash hit on the cross up. The Gaz backstepping the grab.
Ooh, the aggressive burst and an immediate burst back. Yeah, doesn't want to stay in that corner position.
Yeah. Another DP.
Oh my god. The Popner just barely whiffing. Oh, that's a good hit!
Very good. Jump heady hit, but unfortunately doesn't get a full conversion of it. But DovahChief still putting up a lot of pressure. And Gaz
Oh my
just,
goodness.
with just barely enough meter to keep pressure going. But Dova just is having none of it. Dova also wants to go into set point themselves.
Nullifying the... Oh, there we go!
There it is! The 2K2D whiff punish, or loss punish rather.
Yeah, that's a
Taking it to
true...
6-6.
That's a true punish when you fire your BB airborne. Of course, the grounded version is gonna be only -2, depending how it hits.
And now a gold burst to start this last game off properly. DovahChief does not play around, wants to just go for it. Blocks the burst.
There we go! The big commit to it!
And there is a nice wall break. Look at this health advantage. Gaz kind of playing from behind a little bit in this round. But still, you know, that is kind of just one really good soul
there it
conversion
is.
away.
The
Never
secret
mind.
technique! The Crow fast RC teleport! DovahChief bringing out the ace card at the last possible moment.
Now DovahChief with such aggressivity, and that Gaz, who has been kind of playing this calm and collected all set now, needs to catch up quickly lest they just lose the set right here. Now onto the reset with Stain applied. Gaz has to be careful not to get perfected on a set point.
Uh-oh.
But it's looking bad. And there it is. Tried to vortex into the projectile.
Yeah, I bet that was sort of a, like, you see the Arbiter sign coming out, there's still relevant threat of a next Arbiter sign finishing you off. I think that's what Gaz was aiming for, trying to vortex under and go for a big steal. But Dova had already put the Grave Reaper out.
Yeah, that was such a good set though. Both of these players brought out their all, brought out their best reads and attempts at adaptation, and DovahChief ended up coming out on top.
Yeah, Gaz is one of those players who I will happily always preemptively smack a, you know, bounty hunter seal of approval before the match has even started. It's always like, how does she manage to make the matches so even? It's I swear, it's always been like 6-7s or 5-7s.
Next up, we have another Soul matchup: Extsy versus Anime Memes. Anime Memes, I feel like, has had the kind of short end of the stick and had to fight quite a few souls in Bounty Hunters here.
But I think they're also, they have a pretty decent track record against the souls.
They do, which is impressive. Again, I respect any that does good on the Soul matchup, because that is not an easy matchup to win. But now We're gonna see it right away. Extsy versus anime memes.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of
Let's see if the memes will be dreams.
blame the beasts, heaven or hell.
Alright, Extsy, Soul player from Latvia. Anime memes, a Russian Eno player. Who was it against the previous matchup that anime memes took? Memory is good but short. It
I
was.
don't remember.
Duel 1.
Oh, it was actually against Gamma Soul. Really? Damn, alright, let's see how this will go. Ooh, a decent pickup and brings it all the way to the other corner.
Yeah, really solid start, just getting the correct hits. Just what you need. Solid conversion now. We'll go into the next screen.
Oh, the forward dash.
There you
Scores
go,
an
just
overhead.
clean. Gets the first round of the set. Very nice start.
Ooh, that actually whip
Really
punished.
good punish, yeah. Yeah, Eno 2H is a really strong button. It is definitely, like, if you're gonna be buffing Eno, 2H probably needs to take a hit for her to stay balanced, because that button is ridiculous. Oh, going for the fancy conversions with PRC.
Ooh, doesn't let Ecstasy change the sides at all.
Yeah, that's kind of important. You want to keep the wall, you want to keep the strong position when you're playing Eno. Very ballsy throwing out the node full screen, because that could have been an opportunity. Oh no. Oh.
Oh, against the airborne, that should be the round.
Okay, that was just a disconnect on my part, but I think I'm back. Caught up. That was scary. I thought there was a DC, but it was just me. My internet acting up, unfortunately.
Ooh, misses the punish there on the dive.
Oh, that's a good place to convert now. Anime memes playing it safe. Unfortunately, in this matchup, you can't really afford to throw out node full screen when Soul is on the floor.
2 out of 2, 5 dips blocked. Oh,
Oh no, but doesn't get anything off of it.
I wonder if they predicted that there was gonna be a counter burst immediately again. The long reach of the heavy stroke, catching all sorts of attempts to escape the situation. Anime memes, the first one to put first point on the table. There's a surprising amount of footsies in this matchup, because both characters have pretty decent options for like close mid-range-ish pokes.
Yeah,
And then you
it's a very, again, I will always talk about the tragedy that this matchup feels like playing, but there's still, you know, Eno still has really good tools to deal with just neutral in general. It's just Soul, primarily 5k, it's a very strong button, 2S as well. Extsy can find the places to abuse it. Will be quite strong, but enemy memes just going for the reset, but unfortunately Extsy tacks upward, but gets grabbed back into the corner.
so many things happening.
And now just so much meter. Extsy going for the big conversion attempt, gets the throw backdashed, and enemy memes takes the round.
It was like five plates of spaghetti on the floor there in the right corner. Here we go. This time.
Yeah, getting the safe jump timings out. Breaking the wall, I don't think that was necessary. I think Extsy would have had to wall slump.
The dive actually got there before 5k, huh? Yo, very deep dash. Into, you're probably gonna die here. Or at least very close to.
Yeah, thankfully, if that Volcanic Viper had had been allowed to get a second hit on a clean hit, that would have just been death on the spot. But on the reset, Extsy still gets around. there's the 2S. Extsy trying to kind of call out certain approaches because it recovers so fast. You can just kind of throw it out when you're expecting a stroke or something. Oh, getting the backdash and going for the PRC, not getting anything out of it, but enemy teams tries to grab themselves, but whiffs. And Extsy with a solid punish.
First burst blade was a miss, second one. Oh, wait.
And the trade, yeah. Extsy had a lot of health, and so enemy memes will take the loss.
Alright, 1-1. Oh, yeah, you wanna burst that for sure.
We do not trust like that. There's the DP. Enemy memes on that soft of a knockdown isn't able to get the safe jump going. Has to respect the DP.
Yeah, even if you have a lot of safe jump setups as Ino, the Soul...
The raw wake up command grab.
Wait,
my favorite thing to do.
Is that actually startup info?
It is. It's very, very invulnerable.
That's kind of funny. Why don't I see more Ino players using that?
Well, Daru started doing it quite a bit. It is a relatively slow command grab, if I'm not mistaken, so it will lose to a lot of options. But it's invulnerable for quite a while. I just don't know how early on it is. Let me go check.
Yeah, it could be one of those slow startup throws that also loses to safe jump because you can actually, you know, land and still jump out. Maybe, not sure.
It's 11 frame. Yeah, it's 11 frame startup until the super flash, and then the immediate after the super flash.
Ooh, landing the overhead straight into the super, knock them down, and another mix-up. What's it gonna be? Unfortunately, it was airborne, so that YRC not giving a lot of value for Ecstasy.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Anime memes, 2 points. It feels like it's been, wait, it hasn't only been 3 games so far? I think it's one of those matchups where the players are just playing 3D chess. Like, surprisingly...
It has to be a lot more calm and collected than you play a lot of other, you know, matchups. And there it is, if you try to note, you're likely to get a Vortex, and Ecstasy here, unfortunately misinputting the super and getting 6H.
Ooh, not catching
the
jump
actually being, I would have expected anyone else to just have RC'd out of that RC slowdown way before when the meter was available, but enemy memes was very patient, and I think that just goes to show why they do so well in this matchup.
That was some legacy knowledge shit there. Forcing yourself to poke into the node so it only explodes for 1 hit, not giving, you know, like a lot of value.
Oh, the 5k, such a good button, and now the reversal. Ino saying, I basically also have a DP. What are you gonna do about it? Well, you're gonna wild throw me, but that's besides the point. Now Extsy with the corner pressure. Enemy memes very close to losing the game, but we'll bring it back with a 6B into Chemical Love.
That's the best time to hit your anti-airs, if any.
Yeah, and Ino's 6B is so privileged. Definitely one of the better ones in the game. Oh, really solid counter hit into the conversion.
The straight 5B.
Ow. Good DP. Converting into the wall break. Fair amount of damage.
Oh.
And there it is, the far slash for the win.
Alright, 2 apiece. And these players are going, wow!
That's what an explosive start to a round.
There's so much value for the Sol player to sort of pay attention to what the Ino player is doing, and if they're firing something that can be punished, can be abused. Oh boy.
that's gonna get baited and air thrown. You don't need any fancier punish than that.
That was style points. I think 5k catches that, and maybe Sol can get a better starter.
I think
but
2H is the best starter. I think that's what I used to get hit by when I was playing against Sol, and I had my super baited. I think 2H is the best thing you can start with in that scenario.
Alright, nice. Opting to not take the wall break. Baiting the burst there. Burst not coming out.
They're just getting the kill so quickly. This is the way this matchup can go. Sol deals so much damage. Ino is unfortunately made of paper.
That was so well calculated as well. Going for that non-clean hit DP there.
That was such a nice 5k though on the back. On the backdash, and now this is difficult situations for the Sol player, for Extsy here.
Oh, the 5k still
Enemy
comes out fast enough.
Yeah. Still.
Wow, all of the resources throwing back and forth.
Hey, they don't stay until the next round, so you gotta use them, or you lose them. No. Enemy memes 1 round away from equaling out the score, getting the safe jump set up properly. But 5k contesting pressure really well.
Ooh, speaking of jump D. We got the mix-up tools. Oh my goodness.
Just running under, yeah, that's the problem with Chemical Love in this game, is most characters can just run normally under it. Solid air throw from Extsy. And now, yeah, enemy memes with the conversion.
Ooh.
I love that combo.
That looks
You don't
so
get to use it that
swag.
much, but yeah. You can get a little cross up back into the wall if you just red RC upward.
Oh, the 6 gets there just in time. Nice. I really love anime memes' ability to sort of whiff punish stuff like far slash or 6 heavy on mid screen with that forward dash. It is kind of like a makeshift instant air dash.
Oh yeah, and unfortunately on trade,
Once again,
Extsy gets quite a bit of reward off of that, off of Vortex, and now off of the punish for the super.
ooh, yo, that was a very early throw attempt there.
The thought of it was correct, I feel, but it just, the timing was not.
Yeah, often when you're in that situation where the opponent is next to you,
Look at how much damage that dealt. Just the tick throw setup with wild throw just does so much, and Extsy with the thoughtfulness to go for Vortex in the right scenarios.
ooh,
There it
critical
is.
drop. Alright, Ecstasy, the first player arriving on 4 points. But I mean, so far they've been pretty respectful, going 1 for me, 1 for you. Let's see if this is the breaking point. What's it gonna be? Backdash gets out of the setup and another Vortex.
The Vortex is having so much value. In the matchup specifically, you can deal with so many things, but I think anime memes has been playing so well with options that counter other things that now it has to adapt to the fact that Extsy has found the gap in the game plan and is able to exploit it with Vortex.
How about we take a little power level out of Vortex and give Sol his 2D back?
And while we're at it, make HMC better. Make HMC usable. That's all I want. That move looks sick.
I feel like
Make Sol go into Dragon Install if you hit HMC.
I'll take that. Look at
Oh, that's a big hit and the burst bait.
Why does it anti-air? That's criminal.
Vortex is such a good move in this matchup, especially in the way that anime memes has been playing. Anime memes has been playing quite safe towards other options like 5k and 2s. And Vortex just tends to cover those options. That's where the the matchup between these two and the RPS has come.
Oh, again, the forward dash. With punishing the button from Extsy.
Oh, going for the frame advantage, forcing Extsy to be in over minus 30 the frame disadvantage, forcing the mix-up, getting the low note off. Yeah.
Damn, that was a nice read there from Anime Memes. Got sort of preemptively guiding the note downwards so that Extsy didn't have the opportunity to vortex through.
Definitely really well done. Because, yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. A Soul player's instinct when they see the full screen note is to go for that. And if Enemy Memes recognizes that they're able to use the note and still move it downward in time to hit the approaching Soul.
Oh no!
Oh,
is that the kill?
I think it is.
Doctor!
Yeah.
He's dead. That's so dirty. 5D uncharged. I can't believe you would do Anime Memes like this.
Hey, sometimes you just have to go for it. Sometimes people don't expect it. Oh, that's 50% over that. Such a good hit.
Oh, but baited on the wires. He had another one! The double! What are you, an open book? Oh, RPSing on the way out. Anime Memes.
With Enemy Memes going for the gold burst, forcing Extsy into a bunch of minus frames, but thankful for Extsy, that was a airborne hit, so only had to be in guard crush until landing, but Enemy Memes was just ready.
Is that a rare footage of really good usage of HCL? Or I guess you should check Chemical Lab because it's only horizontal in this game. I think called the backdash.
Pain. But yeah, it is quite good.
Soul in a blue moon.
does have quite a few moves that can get punished by it and can get that you can get good use of Chemical Love against.
Ooh, speaking of, oh, the 5K actually gets the interruption there in time. That's such poison for Ino, who loves to make use of, you know, just exact amount of frames to be able to sort of run a forward dash pressure reset, maybe.
Every one of Ino's frame traps is a 3 or 4 frame gap, which means that the 5K from Soul is just a really perfect button to deal with all of them. It is just unfortunate. Maybe something will change, but as it stands, that's one of the biggest problems in this matchup. And now, at 1 health, Enemy Memes needs to try and make something happen, but unfortunately, the Bandit Revolver
Extsy had the Uno.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna start calling it. They have a. How do you say when you play Uno in English? What's it called when you have only 1 card left? Is it just Uno?
Just Uno, yeah. Just...
To have an Uno.
But yeah, no. Enemy Memes now a couple points behind. It's still not super dire. It's still possible. But Extsy is on match point, but Enemy Memes going for it. Goes for a safe jump, and Extsy tried to press on it.
I mean, that would have been an okay spot to... Ooh! Yeah, bursted immediately. Don't give them those big numbers.
An okay spot to what, sorry?
I can't believe Enemy Memes landing that jump heavy forward dash again as a whiff punish. It's really... throwing
grabbing the DP! Breaking the wall to get positive bonus, get the positional reset, but unfortunately the Vortex will get a nice hit in, and now you're forced to be blocked. But the wake up command grab!
I was like, this would be a perfect situation if they went for it again. What?
And there it was.
It also is a very damaging super, so if it does hit, it's
right?
always good. It deals about 250 damage raw, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, like...
I need to check, depending on damage modifier.
Massive damage like that for reading a meaty. Yeah, you'll pay 50 meter for that, for sure.
And now, Anime Memes trying to go into their own match point, wanting to be as difficult to deal with as possible, actually getting ahead with Fortissimo.
That's kind of cool. Preemptive Fortissimo. If you try to jump, you're gonna, you know, take the minus frames. Basically, whatever you do, you're gonna take the minus frames.
It's such a strong super, and I love doing that with it. Sometimes you can just throw it out in the air, preventing people from doing any sort of air approach on you.
You know, has such cool options for spending her meter. You kind of wish you had more to spend.
Now,
YRC on the double
it's
overhead.
a 6B, but it's a bit too close, and now we'll just get grabbed out of the air as a punish to the super.
I guess it seems like Extasy's comfort punish, and you know, you don't necessarily want to do difficult stuff if that's what you're used to.
Yeah, especially if you're coming from older games, like that is the best punish you can do for it. You know, why confuse the muscle memory when it's there and it works good?
Alright, Extsy theoretically on set point here. Anime Memes needs this one and another one. Yeah, look at that, especially against the 2S, because Extsy is fishing with that 2S with good reason. It's such a good button. Oh, doesn't get there in time this time. Counter hit,
Oh,
6
really
heavy.
good 6 heavy.
I
Really
think-
cool, dangerous position for enemy memes. Now this could be the end. This corner position, really low health, and a 5D on wake up. I remember you said this last week. You know, sometimes just throwing out an uncharged 5D is all you need.
Yeah,
Because people just won't be looking out for it.
Yeah, uncharged 5D is so legit. Like, you do need 50 meter to convert out of it, but if it's the round ending gambit, it's the risk reward is kind of there. It's like, what, 21 frames? Who's gonna react to that? I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's there's the orange effects. It is technically within reason, but you need to be specifically looking for it to see it coming.
Yeah, I'm a boomer. I don't even pretend to be able to react to an uncharged one. Hell, I don't even react to the charged one sometimes. All right, heading into the big one, the championship match, the heavyweight matchup of the evening. We've got one of the strongest Geo player in the EMEA region, REDRaven, against another extremely strong Viking player. That guy you've seen so many times in Bounty Hunters already. AgguBaggu. I think AgguBaggu actually, since switching to Viking, I think they might have one of the highest win rates in Bounty Hunter. I haven't like checked. I'm kind of pulling this out of my ass, but like the two players that I feel like I always see win the most, like invalidvalue and AgguBaggu.
I'm trying to think, but there are also, you know, some of the most recurring contenders we have here. But AgguBaggu definitely comes in weekly, shows the work that they put in. I think another good one we haven't gotten this. Actually, two other good players that we haven't seen in a few weeks now that I think deserve a mention if we're talking about the really consistent players we get on here would be Rygant and Solkes as well.
Yeah,
they're the grinders. They're the players who come in, and you can tell that all week they've just been getting ready for the matchup they got.
I wonder what Rygant's been up to for the past couple of weeks. When are we gonna see Rygant May again?
Maybe taking a break, waiting for season 2. I think that would be a really reasonable thing to do.
I think I saw Rygant playing Exert the other day.
Oh, well, you know, that's completely reasonable. I've been having fun playing Old Guilty Gear. As you saw yesterday, we even played Exert together. We've been playing some Plus R. I've been playing some BlazBlue. Rygant has been awoken. Heard themselves being mentioned in the chat.
Too soon. You have summoned me too soon. It's not season 2 yet. What is the meaning of this?
But yeah.
Right, just waiting for REDRaven. Okay, ready to go there. They are offline on Discord, which is scary. Oh, they are available. Okay.
Very nice.
Whew, saved.
No panic.
All right, a rare, or I guess at this point we shouldn't say rare treat anymore about Geo, because we've had a lot of Geos recently. It's the Libby's propaganda for when's Geo on Bounty Hunters doesn't apply anymore. Listen, we've had Geos, and not just Geos, but really strong Geos as well, for what? How many weeks in a row?
Lost track at this point, especially since Scatter has been coming in. There's some really good showings for the character. What the character that's really good and we keep on not seeing here is definitely Ramlethal.
Yeah, that's that one character you would always expect. The maybe one of, if not the tournament character. I guess you have like the top 3 that you see very often, like Chaos, Ram, Leo, and then potentially like not far behind Sol and Nago. All right, let's go into it. Aggu rocking that golden aura. Show me the good stuff.
I think it's kind of criminal that REDRaven doesn't have a red aura.
Yeah, it's definitely a aura player for sure.
But now, you know, look at that team tag on Aggu. I gotta represent the fellow members of Team Ho. We're seeing now just solid ground-based footsies that the Guilty Gear series is known for. Especially when you have Giovanna on the screen, but you're gonna see a lot of that. You're gonna see a lot of strike throw being played, and Aggu's kind of getting hit, and coming out, losing out of these exchanges too many times. But being able to find their footing now, got quite a bit of damage in,
wow,
but still just one hit away from losing.
Oh yeah, I was actually being like, oh yeah, I needed to solve the predictions, but who won the last?
That said, oh my god, my brain. I was just in the games.
Was it Ecstasy?
Yeah.
I'm kind of sure it was Ecstasy.
Yeah.
We're professional here. I have a good memory. I swear.
Oh, no. As we're talking about this, Aggu actually got really good parry. Now, having to be careful. Both of these players are approaching low health amounts. Aggu getting a hit by the cross up overhead.
Wow!
And another one cancelled this time, trying to bait Aggu into doing something, and the hit will find its way into Aggu's dome for the first match win.
Small hits for a lot of those cross-ups, those flip kicks, stuff like that, but again, the round finishing gambit, it doesn't matter what kind of, like, how strong of a hit you got. The only quality you're looking for a tool is, you know, how tricky it is to block.
You just need it to hit, and you just need it to do enough damage to reduce your opponent's health to 0.
That was a really favorable hit for Aggu.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
REDRaven is just putting up so much pressure here. Just having an assault that keeps going, and Aggu isn't being able to keep up just yet. He needs to find the answers to what's going on. Goes across.
Is he gonna be able to be safe here?
No, that was the startup of Yosan-sen, wasn't it?
I mean, if I see a Baiken in that scenario, 99% chance that's gonna be an incoming TK Yosan.
But yeah, now Aggu being able to put up corner pressure, unfortunately gets hit out of it. REDRaven is just going forward. Aggu with a really solid backdash after avoiding the dash throw.
Oh, the frame trap hitting. Up kick into a massive combo.
Going back to neutral now. Aggu forced to burst. Goes for the gun, super knocks REDRaven away, gets a grab in.
That was so many cross frames.
That's setups. That's a
is he
cross
dead?
up low.
I think
That
a
might
kill.
just kill it.
No, he has an Uno.
Just barely the scaling. And just a straight hit into the RC. Yeah, REDRaven had a lot of meter, and that gives Giovanna the extra defense modifier that is very useful to survive those crucial hits.
That's an interesting meta feature for Geo. I think like the stronger caliber players are not often gonna hold 100 because, you know, spending meter is kind of good. But
Yeah,
for
especially
the
considering in Strive you do build a lot of meter.
yeah,
If you're on the offense.
for the
And
off chance
Giovanna
that you-
often, especially the way REDRaven is playing, can keep up a lot of offense going, has been able to be on the driver's seat, which gives them a lot of meter to play with.
Wow,
Now-
head first into the DP, and that's a starter and a half.
Aggu needs to find the adaptation here to get ahead, not let REDRaven just run away with the set.
Ooh, the frame trap is there once again. Half your
That's
life
already
goes.
so much health, yeah. Baiken, surprisingly enough, not that tanky of a character considering how defensive she's supposed to try and play.
Yeah, it's only like through special mechanics like the parry that she gains her annoying to defend against
Defensive
her, or to
properties,
attack. Yeah.
Oh, good conversion, Aggu going for it and gets the kill
That's enough.
with a stylish air tatami.
And biking combos are cool. It's so satisfying as well, the jump D, the cannon coming out of her arm.
Yeah, especially dashing after it. It just looks cool. It's fun to do.
The 50 meter for a pressure extension and push into the corner. Again, in this situation, Aggu hasn't had that much success getting out of this situation frequently enough.
Look at that wrist gauge, not that it matters that much since Aggu is at such low health, but look at that damage just off of a small combo.
Let me
Jump
play.
kick is enough.
Let me play. But Gio says no.
まあね、ジャガーに毛が生えた程度だったけど。
All right, 3 straight. If there's gonna be an adjustment, now's the time. Oh, nice! An IB as well, I think. But the burst has been cleared. Now we need the hit. That's a hit for sure.
Solid tatami getting the safe jump. Now Aggu's the one running the pressure. Doesn't get a super finish, unfortunately, but has a lot of meter to
Gun?
work with going in here. Yep.
Oh, that was a sick response! Because of course they're gonna fire the gun. It's like the most classic spot going for, you know, the attempt to fish this chip kill. And REDRaven sort of like probably jumped, and in case they see the flash, yeah, just go for the super.
Yeah, blocking the cross up now. Aggu has the awareness on deck. Going for it. Nice, nice.
Nice, the overhead is the layer 1. And one more,
And
there we go.
it is.
Keep them at that perfect spacing where 6k lands you fat amount of plus frames. Yeah, we're alive. We're online. Here we go. Now's a match. Gotta be really careful though about whiffing your buttons against Giovanna, because she has that step dash and a lot of really fast starting buttons.
Ooh. Solid 6H hit, getting the tether hit. Both of the players going into the sky.
I guess that's
Because
like,
of the tether.
ooh, that's gonna punish the tatami cancel though. Unless 50 meter!
Oh, that was so smart. That was such a good realization. And the lingering tatami ended up being so advantageous. And now Aggu takes the round.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
if
Aggu
you...
finding their footing, I think. They're starting to understand how to play the matchup, how to play REDRaven, and making the most out of it now. Look at it, starting to apply pressure. REDRaven does actually get out, but yeah, able to recognize the overhead coming, goes over the 2D.
Stays tight. Ooh, no! Twitch reaction! REDRaven says, alright, let's do it again. Let's go for the throw then. Yo, in
Solid
that direction?
6 speed?
What?
Hello?
Strive, you good with those 6-speed boxes? See you in Season 2?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that just kills from there. Oof.
But the execution on REDRaven is sick. I think they haven't dropped a single combo yet. Oh,
Solid
nice.
6 speed.
Ooh, and chases the backdash, the step dash, far slash. So many active frames. Ooh, combined with 50 meter. That's a little bit of a combo and gets the wall break. But we go back to neutral.
Solid 6H.
Ooh, custom combo. Here we go.
Oh,
a little too
unfortunately
early.
doesn't hit meaty.
Or maybe that was sort of relying on the fact
Good
that
6B. This is very dangerous for Aggu, but it could easily turn around.
the mix-up.
And yeah, that was just a chip kill. Very unfortunately.
Yeah, at that amount of health, it's kind of tricky in this situation because you're... After YRC, if they want to make it airtight, you can't wiggle away. There's nothing you can do. It's basically what it's hitting. That's the black beat of Strive, kinda. So you're kind of forced to take the special if the Geo player wants to fire it there. Oh, this pressure never ending. Where's the gap? Where's the place to get out? That's not it. And again, what? Far slash is active for so long. That's Fisher Price, my first. Catch the backdash though. Wow, are you kidding me? And goes into the conversion as well. Giovanna 2D out of this world. Aggu finding a throw though. Yo, that's such a dangerous situation. When you attach the H-Kabari and you let the opponent play. If they get a hit, they can get a custom combo as well. Is he close enough to break? Not quite. And with a simple tick throw, REDRaven blazing forward, 5 points. At this point, Aggu's gotta feel pretty pressured.
Yeah, this is a dangerous situation. This is the most shaken we've seen Aggu kind of in a set here at Bounty Hunter. So
Yeah, pretty much.
can be easy. There's a sort of idea of a reputation to uphold, and that makes it difficult. But good 6B call out. Aggu has the right ideas, but it's just not being able to approach them. REDRaven is just being able to play this neutral so well.
Yeah, I think it's just
Know
like,
the
you
right
know,
responses to what Aggu's going to try to deal with the pressure with.
when you're playing against top player, it's like you can play perfectly, you can play good fundamentals, but their fundamentals just might be a little better than yours.
Or sometimes just your responses to the problems, the way you respond to something, will just get predicted and counterplayed on the spot. And, you know, on one hand, it is a sign of respect because the player is expecting you to play the game quote-unquote properly. But it just does not feel good. But still good grab from Aggu there, taking the round. And now just needs to build up a little bit of momentum, which is starting to go really well. But unfortunately, Aggu hasn't been able to pick up that much from it and keep going.
The flow, the blast frames, the push towards the corner, it wasn't important. Abara there for Aggu. Getting a little bit of real estate for a moment.
And a bit of an awkward trade. I don't think either of the players was really ready to go for whatever was going on. This is safe.
Unless
No,
they
it's
could-
not! No, it was still a punish. It wasn't a... I thought it was just going to safe jump. but turns out it wasn't. And now with the 1 health left, TP that super cancels so fast.
I can't believe it! No recovery!
The recovery is so fast. The plus on whiff super, and now Aggu completely shaken, it seems, getting thrown into the wall right away, and this is so close to throwing REDRaven into set point. Good 6p. And a perfect to close out the round.
Now that's a nice timing. I keep getting fucked by that cross-up Yozansen, even though I know it's coming and I try to hit like 6p in the right direction. You actually can't... I feel like you can't hit it too consistently, but REDRaven finding the timing here. What a champion.
Giovanna has quite a nice 6p, I think. Especially because she's quite low on her hurt box naturally already. It benefits the 6p as well. They work in tandem. Now, look at this. Immediately the start of the pressure on REDRaven. But unfortunately for them, getting grabbed, and Aggu just going for the hit off of OTG to continue some pressure, but now REDRaven gets a solid hit, gets out of the pressure situation and just goes in, whiffs a grab. Aggu doesn't get a big conversion out of it, unfortunately.
Aggu was waiting for the burst, the immediate burst, but it never came.
And now the grab just wins the round, and REDRaven is on set point.
I think that was a reasonable supposition from Aggu as well, because I think Raven has been bursting that same situation like once or twice already this set. Now need to find their inner samurai somehow. Ooh, cannon that!
Yeah, needs to find it for the big comeback story. It would be amazing to see, but it's such an uphill battle, and REDRaven is already putting up the pressure again. Still possible. That's a good gun. Super, unfortunately missing the punish on that whiff grab. There's still meter to be had.
Is that a kill? Yes, indeed!
That kills! Okay, there's one more round at least for Aggu. There's hope. The hope is the last one to die.
This is gonna be big. Yeah, that was it.
Forcing the burst out, blocking the cross. The tether is now broken.
And Aggu with the instant overhead!
And the conversions into the quarter pressure situation, forcing the YRC. And I was so scared that it was gonna drop because of the awkward bounce, but it still hit.
Yo, Baiken really, I think that's like the most powerful thing Baiken has, the air-to-airs. If you can make your opponent jump, you have some really nice rewards. And that's kind of tricky because you can be very ground-based on Geo. It's hard if Geo doesn't want to go into the air. Like, I'm not sure if you can actually force them to do that as Baiken.
Now, the super just killed, right? Yeah. Okay. More hope.
Is this Aggu's Ultra Instinct activated? Oh, but...
Oh no, you just had to say that at the worst possible time, the caster curse.
The double overhead.
But it's still not over. Yeah, Aggu's starting to get the pressure going. Getting the run.
The instant overhead.
The YRC knocks Aggu so far away, tries to meet the bicycle kick in the air.
Uh-oh. The
Now
instant
gets
air
grabbed,
dash.
thrown into the corner. Aggu going for that 6H that just remains active until landing.
Bets the
And
farm!
big
And hits it!
hit! Okay. Aggu needs 3 more wins to equal out the score.
I was about to say, I feel like the super is coming because like eventually you gotta do something. You gotta make a decision, and I would have cracked there.
Yeah, I think this goes to show that Aggu is just definitely not out of this, regardless of what's happening. Aggu is maintaining the mental composure, continuing on and going for the run back, for the comeback.
Yeah, really good momentum here. Aggu 2 wins and has REDRaven's burst removed from the game as well. This is looking like an adaptation. It wasn't too late. It is very late, but not too late.
Yeah, it's definitely do or die, but Aggu doesn't seem to have any intentions of dying so far. I think they trusted their backdash to recover in time because they could have RC'd into a block, but fortunate air grab, but just grabbing on wake up.
Yoink! I mean, it is. The name of the game is strike throw. Giovanna is gonna be point blank there, throwing you a lot of the times. The scary thing is if you guess wrong and the close slash counter hits. Extend the pressure. There we go, thick throw. And more to be coming. Lucky for Aggu, managed to somehow flip the position. Oh, and bets the burst here as well.
Aggu so close. Oh, unfortunately taking the round once again. REDRaven is on set point, but Aggu's not going down for free. That is one thing that's for sure. Aggu's just not going to give up until it's the very end. Unfortunately, REDRaven's putting up the pressure. Manages to go under the 6B with 2H, gets the 6B when it matters.
YRC doesn't want to take the high-low mix-up.
Fails to block the cross-up, gets crossed up once again. REDRaven's just going, gets the throw.
Aggu fight
Oh, Aggu, no! That's OTG! Finishes it off. What a attempt from Aggu to come back.
Yeah, it had pretty decent makings of a comeback. I feel like that was just a super daring gamble there during the last game for Aggu to take the burst, because the damage, the health difference was quite a massive one, albeit Aggu did have the corner position. They were bursting REDRaven towards the corner and were willing to bet that, alright, this is my go-to, this is my do or die situation. If I can keep them in the corner, then we're at 4 and we're all good. But in the end, REDRaven, such a...
Not on top, yeah, but that was such a well-played set. You know, Aggu, had they found the flow, the adaptation a bit earlier, could have definitely had that set just go the complete opposite way. But still, REDRaven played that super well, put up such incredible amounts of pressure.
Wow, this is some Giovanna propaganda on the predictions. That was not me who set it up. I see we got some biased mods. All right, that was a very even bounty hunters. Damn. A lot of good scripts. Yeah, let's write a good script like that for
next week for the season 2 debut next week.
Oh baby.
You know. And what if on Friday they just dead drop a new character randomly and the signups don't matter?
Can they do that? Are they allowed to?
I mean, it's their game. But I'm just on the copium that there's randomly Sin in the game next Friday.
I mean, like, the signs have been there. It would be so, at the same time, so fucked up yet so brave, just to drop a character out of nowhere without announcing first.
I think it would be absolutely hilarious, and they should do it.
You know, yeah. I'm open to that kind of stuff. Yet I don't trust Arxis. Arxis is not brave enough to do that. That's not how they operate.
Who knows?
Unless. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. That was a roller coaster ride. If you want to play next week, every Sunday, 5 p.m. CEST. To sign up, you can join, for example, my Discord. info bottom right corner of the screen, but also they're going to be posted in most Strive relevant Discords in the EU region. All right. Good shit.
Good shit, everyone.
I'm going to send you guys to another aspiring Guilty Gear Strive player who's playing also my favorite character, Testament trademark. So see you there and see you next week. Till then, stay safe and adios.
Have a good one, everyone.